everyone. Mark Knight here along with Steve Pronger on WeTV. We are at Kingville Arena, and happy 2016 to everybody. This is our first broadcast of the new year, and you can tell it's a new year if you have a look at the Kingsville Kings. Strangely, they've switched from the silver and black to black and silver to start the year 2016, and tonight they face off against the Komoka Dragons, a team that they lost to in November and then come back to beat them 11-1. And here we go with the starting goaltenders. Starting in net for the Komoka Dragons, we have number 34, Craig Wood. Craig Wood has an 8-1 record with a 3.90 goals against average and a .904 save percentage. And the starting goaltender for the Kingsville Kings is Jan Peszek, 20-1, 1.73 goals against and a .948 from Prague, Czech Republic. And away we go. Here we are, first big check of the game, and Komoka controls the puck. Gets it out of their zone. That's quickly up to Mapes. Mapes makes it into the zone on the right side, all the way to the corner. Kyle Borner shoots it around. He's checked off the puck. It's kept in really tightly as the Komoka Dragons are coming out flying tonight as they want to get a little bit more of those Kingsville Kings. Ross back behind his own net. Devin Dara now. The puck squirts out front. And Enger for the Komoka Dragons controls the puck. He passes it around behind his net. CJ Nicholson is right there. Ross quick backhand back out and ends up back into the net. Puck is bouncing around quite a bit. A lot of action here in the first period of Kingsville Arena. Havelka now with the puck in his own blue line. A quick tap up. Icing will be the call. Our officials tonight, Steve.
Yes, Mark. Refereeing for us tonight is Paul Jones, a newcomer to the Kingsville Arena from Brantford. He's joined by regular Dave Fedek, and dropping the pucks and patrolling the lines tonight for us is our regular Mike McInnes.
Mike McInnes, good to have him aboard, and glad to have everybody here watching her on WeTV. Quick shot on net, saved by Jan Peszek. As the Kingsville Kings flip it out to center ice, and the Komoka Dragons now. CJ Emery, one of the Emery brothers playing for Komoka, knocks the puck back down to center ice. Quick tap out front, and here goes Devin Dara across the blue line. Quick shot on net, Wood with the save. A little pushing and shoving, a helmet goes flying. Taking a little bit of control once Wood makes the save.
Yeah, Mark, we look there on defense for the Komoka Dragons are the brothers from Grand Haven, Michigan, the Emery brothers, CC and CJ. We expect a great game for them tonight. I know Coach Beaulieu is really high on his defensive core tonight, and told me before the game, player Ross, a lot of promise for that young man.
Well, I just hope I can keep the Emery brothers straight tonight. Thanks, Steve. Kingsville Kings now with the puck, bringing it back into their own zone. There's Axel Canix, takes a check as he dumps it into the Komoka zone. Cycling back is CJ Emery. He's knocked off the puck by Niederbach. Niederbach has control, dumps it around to the near boards into the corner. Ivan Hojlov goes in to retrieve that. Leach is waiting for the pass. It comes over to Nicholson. A little upset there in the slot, and the puck comes out. Komoka Dragons, O'Brien now. Quick shot in net. Hartwick now with the puck. Trying to get some shape as the Kingsville Kings are got the pressure on. 3 men in. Flipped high off one of the girders, so we're going to have a face-off in the Komoka zone.
Right, Mark, and I'd like to call attention to number 77, the captain of the Komoka Dragons, Shane O'Brien. He's our player to watch. He comes from Dorchester, Ontario, 5'11", 170 pounds, and he was selected as a GMHL All-Star representing the Komoka Dragons.
Well, with 31 goals and 38 assists for 69 points, I can understand why. Kingsville Kings tip it into the Komoka zone. Ross flips it all the way down. No icing call as Burdov gets back into his zone. Tries to flip it around, but Komoka ends up with the puck. Quick shot out to O'Brien. And the Kingsville Kings get it out. Ross fans on it at the blue line, but retrieves the puck once again. Quick pass up, and Kyle Borner just levels his man. And the Kingsville Kings make a quick break out there. That's Ivan Hojlov with the puck now. Octavic looking for a pass. He gets the pass. Quick flip out to Matt Matty. Quick shot on net, and Wood with the save. The Komoka dump it down the end. There's Marcel Kotek now with a quick pass. up to Matt Matty, and icing is the call. Matt Matty's stick could have been just a little bit longer to catch that one.
Right, Mark. You know, Matt Matty, we're looking at him right now. He represented the Kingville Kings at the GMHL All-Star game. Matt being from St. Charles, Missouri, which is a suburb of St. Louis. Good year for Matt. He's on the third or fourth line, a regular grinder. He's one of those guys that supplies energy every night for the Kingville Kings. Let's keep an eye on him.
When you can get 25 points out of your third or fourth liner, you got to have some success on this team, and that's definitely what the Kingville Kings have. And we've talked about it many, many times. Third and fourth liners are putting the puck in the net and making things happen, and that'll be the same again tonight as we watch Matt Matty. Quick pass up there. Little head fake, and great save by Wood.
Mark, that's why Coach Beaulieu rides this Craig Wood in net. He's a go-to guy, and we saw a great save there from Craig Wood.
Blake Nader with all kinds of time, and Wood just dropped to the ice, spread him out, and Blake Nader could not get the puck in the air, and Wood with the great save. Nader still being chopped in there, making things happen as he gets back across the blue line. There's Matt Matty on the ice once again. Quick shot into the Komoka zone. As the puck squirts out, Havelka over to Kotek. Kotek now makes his move, looking for a way to pass the puck. Still has the puck. He gets stripped of the puck, and the Komoka Dragons are down the other way. Out to center ice. Quick shot, hard on net. Jan Pesek just stands tall, knocks it into the corner. As Devin Dara gets dumped, Watson now gets stripped of the puck by C.J. Nicholson. He's looking, hits the brakes, looking for a pass. Back to Havelka. Up it goes to Johnny Guerrero. Johnny Guerrero's checked off the puck by C.J. Emery. Picks up the puck again, cross ice pass to an open wing, and the Komoka Dragons end up with the puck. Quick shot behind the net, and the Dragons have to tag up. Otherwise, icing would have been the call. Well, so far we've got lots of action here at the Kingville Arena as C.J. Nicholson breaks into the Komoka zone.
Mark, it's nice to be back here with you, our first game of the new year. Happy New Year and welcome back to Kingville.
Well, thanks very much. I want to say thanks to my good friend Dominic Papa for filling in the last game. I wasn't able to make it. Thanks, Dom. Appreciate it. We played just a little over 5 minutes here in the Kingville Arena. No score yet. And Niederbach and Dara, a little bit of miscommunication as he tries to split the defense, but one of the defenders was Devin Dara.
Mark, Niederbach will run into anybody.
I can see that. Like a freight train going down. Get out of my way, because here I come. McDonough checks his man as Hojlov passes it back. Quick pass up to Zolkanix. Tip off of Arnold's stick, and Zolkanix goes in chasing Wood now. We got Paul Jones over there in the corner, keeping an eye on things. Matt Zolkanix trying to tie it up, and Jones is yelling him to clear the puck. Here comes Niederbach now. Up to the near side. Dan Leach dumps it back in the corner. Arnold for the Dragons. Gets it out. Not quite out. Gets to the blue line. Quick shot behind the net. And the Kingville Kings are starting to assemble. You can see the cycle happening as they get in their control mode. Quick tip. Wood with the save. And Zolkanix is down on the ice.
Mark, if we look at the little scrum around the Komoka net there, we just saw a great save by Craig Wood. I want to call attention to that breakaway chance that Blake Nader had a few months ago. We were talking about the fourth line, the third line that Kingville's been getting, the contributions those lines have been getting the Kingville Kings all year long. And just shortly after saying that, what do we see? Blake Nader going in, nice stretch pass received for a shot on net. Mark, it looks like our friends from Kingville are on the power play.
Absolutely. We've got a penalty call to the Komoka Dragons.
While I was talking.
While you were talking, yes. There was a movie like that. No, that was while you were sleeping. As Craig Wood now is fixing his strap on his pad.
Mark, I'm sorry, I couldn't see who made his way to the box.
And I apologize for that as well. So the Kingville Kings are on a 2-minute power play with just over 6 minutes gone here in the first period, and the Komoka Dragons shoot the puck down the ice. There's Marcel Kotek. Hits the brakes behind his net. Quick pass up to Ivan Hojlov. Hojlov sidesteps his check. As Octavic gets a quick shot in net. A second shot off the post. It goes up and catches the netting, and we're going to need a new puck.
Mark, what I think we're seeing here tonight so far is both teams feeling each other out. It's been 7 minutes or so of up and down play, some fairly substantial passing and good passing. Now's an opportunity for the Kingville Kings to take some dominance and really stretch themselves into a 1-0 lead.
There's The Kingville Kings now with the puck behind her net, trying to get some shape on this power play. Hartwick trying to knock Octavic off the puck. Octavic, quick pass back to Hojelov. Over to Kotek. Kotek with a little wrister. Doesn't make it through. And the Komoka Dragons dump it back down the ice. Everybody curls. As the Kingville Kings make it across the blue line. Niederbach goes quick to the net. Did not get the pass. Had a wide open side. But the pass did not come. Niederbach backhand to the point. McDonough now. As he pedals. Niederbach back to McDonough. Back to Niederbach off the skate. A little bit of stick handling. He dumps it back into the corner. Pass tries to go out to McDonough, but he doesn't catch it. O'Brien now with the speed catching McDonough going backwards. And McDonough got beat on that one. As the captain O'Brien showed his speed as he made it into the Kingville zone now. Shorthanded play, 18 seconds to go in the penalty. And the Komoka Dragons are pushing. Niederbach once again. That's Zulkanix. To Gardeman. Dan Leach behind the net. Dan Leach is looking as the penalty expires. Quick pass out to Niederbach is blocked. And the Komoka Dragons up to Zimmerman. He's got a step. Quick shot. Jan Pesek just gets a small piece of that. Niederbach up the far boards. Across the blue line. Gardeman with a quick shot. He's knocked off the puck. There's Burdov now. He dumps it into the far corner. Zulkanitz. And here's Niederbach with a little bit of pushing and shoving away from the play. The Komoka bench was looking for a penalty. Matt Matty's back on the ice now. We got a delayed offside against the Kingville Kings. Time for a wholesale line change as one of the newcomers to the Kingville Kings list is on the ice.
Mark, we just saw big Matt Ross from Komoka ice the puck there for a stoppage, and here we see the Kingville Kings bench. And did you mention that the three coaches from the Kingville Kings have changed their hat color?
No,
in 2016.
That's right. In 2016, the team went from silver to black, and the coaches' hats went from gray to black.
There
so
they are. So
kind of new way to celebrate 2016.
Everything black in 2016.
Everything black in 2016. Well, they definitely haven't been in the red if you consider a red a loss and a black a win, because the Kingville Kings are tearing up this league, the Greater Metro Hockey League.
As Mike McInnes brings the puck to drop it there in the Komoka end, we have to say Craig Wood's been very busy so far this game, but he's a strong goaltender. He's holding Komoka in there.
There's Blake Nader with the face-off win, passes it back to Matt Matty. We got a penalty coming.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be interference there on Borner. Solid check into the Komoka forward. Unfortunately, Mike, the Komoka forward didn't even touch the puck. He did not have control of the puck, so Borner wasted a nice body check there.
Well, Kyle Borner will sit for 2 or less as the Komoka Dragons go on the power play. Almost 9 minutes gone here in the first period. No score. A penalty apiece, and the Kingville Kings are shorthanded as a quick dump up the boards. And back to center ice. Here's Watson breaking across, going into the corner. He shoots it around to O'Brien. O'Brien just a little tap pass back to Ross. Levesque is waiting for the pass. Quick shot out front. And the Kingville Kings retrieve it, circle it, and dump it down the ice. Craig Wood will settle it down as Ross comes back to pick up the puck. And his defensive partner, Levesque. Quick pass over to O'Brien. All the way over to Levesque as Levesque makes it across the blue line. The puck is stolen from him by Marcel Kotek. And he dumps it back down the ice for a quick change for Kingville. There's Blake Nader now. Once again, he's got some room. Passes it out to Johnny Guerrero. And it did not click as the Komoka Dragons work it back. Levesque now drops back. A little bit of a chop there on Hartwick. His head went flipping back, but I don't think there's going to be a call on that. Didn't sell that one quite well enough. A little bit of pushing and shoving there as Watson gets the puck. Back to Watson for the give and go. He flips it over to Levesque, number 43. Quick shot on net. That hit a leg and redirected away from the net. Levesque is making his room. And we've got the net off the moorings just as the Komoka Dragons fire the shot. So 39 seconds to go in the power play.
Yeah, Mark, you know, that big line of Watson, Hartwick, and O'Brien, two of them being the leading scorers for the Komoka Dragons. A lot of pressure in the Kingville zone on that power play, but Jan Pesce coming up big when he had to for the Kingville Kings.
Just over 10 minutes gone here in the first, and we got a little bit of a discussion at the Komoka bench. Referee's over explaining a situation that he has some concerns with.
I wonder, Mark, if it could be he's concerned about these goaltenders kicking off the posts, off their moorings during a power play opportunities, stopping the play when it need not be stopped.
I wouldn't disagree with that. Arnold now with a puck. Quick shot. Jan Pesce directs that into the corner. As the Kingville Kings dig for the puck, it squirts out. Ross, number 3 for the Komoka Dragons, flips it up. Center ice. As Antone straddles the blue line.
Nice play by Jan Pesce there, Mark. Nice play. Like to see that goaltender with the capability of icing the puck on a penalty kill. That's awesome.
Gives his teammates a chance to change if they need be. And here we go, Jan Pesce one more time. And
two times in a row, Mark.
2 times in a row. Third time's a charm. We'll see what happens. Dan Leach throws the big check as the puck stays down into the Komoka zone. Komoka gets it out, gets to the blue line. There's Marcel Kotek. He backpedals a little bit. Another quick icing call, and that time it was an icing as Kyle Borner's penalty had expired. So the play will be back into the Kingville zone.
Mark, we've had 3 power play opportunities so far tonight, 2 for Kingville, 1 for Komoka with no goals scored. As I said earlier, I think both teams are feeling themselves out, seeing what the other guy is going to do, and really it looks like they're shaking some rust off, some of that Christmas turkey still in their veins.
Well, sometimes those turkeys are big and you eat them for a couple of weeks. I wouldn't disagree with that. Somebody I'm missing tonight who's a scratch is Ryan Gruska, someone who is a digger, who's a scorer, who's a playmaker, and I wonder if everything's okay with Ryan. I don't know the particulars, whether he's a healthy scratch or something is up with him, but the Kingville Kings will definitely miss him. Ivan Hojlov now dumps it into the Komoka zone as he sits on the point. There's List now, digging hard, going to the slot. The puck squirts out, and the Komoka Dragons get it up off the dasherboard. Marcel Kotek up to Hojlov. Hojlov dumps it deep, and C.C. Emery goes back. A little bit of miscommunication as Wood dumps it into the corner, and C.C. Emery went the other way. Niederbach throws his backside into C.C. Emery, and the stick goes flying. But now it's almost like 5-on-4 as C.C. Emery has to circle back to get his stick. And we've got a
good puck
goes up. Yep.
Yeah, good puck movement there by the Kingville Kings. Niederbach, of course, showing his strength, size, and speed, bringing the puck behind the net, attracting a crowd, Mark. And what that allows him to do is bring the puck up high to the point for a good shot opportunity on Craig Wood.
A little bit of a basketball move there. Put yourself between the puck and the player and just stick the backside out. And he did that really well. Octavic, no, Craig, that's Zolkanix behind the net. Out to Niederbach. Niederbach throws his weight around again, and the puck comes out to the blue line. Quick shot just wide. And there's Daniil Burdov. Can't control it. The puck squirts out, and Kyle Borner has to retreat all the way into the Kingville zone. Hartwick now, quick shot, picking it off the corner, and it goes up off of Jan Pesce into the netting.
Mark, hockey's not that complicated. We can make it complicated. Sometimes we as announcers do. But really, if they're giving you down low, you bring the puck up high and take your shots from the points. If they're covering the points, you bring it inside and try to get shots close to the net. We see the Kingville Kings taking both opportunities against Komoka so far in this first period.
Well, Watson did an excellent job as the puck was squirting around there. He just turned and fired and put it right on Jan Pesce. There's C.J. Nicholson with a quick shot, and Craig Wood flashes the leather, and the puck is inside for a face-off in the Komoka zone.
Yeah, Mr. Wood's been busy. He's got a lot of shots so far from the Kingville Kings and a couple great opportunities from Blake Nada.
Johnny Guerrero in now to take the face-off for the Kingville Kings. That was won by Antone of the Komoka Dragons. And the puck is shot all the way down the ice. A little bit of a miscue there as McKelvey and Leach are having a little bit of a communication as they skate around the penalty box. Dan Leach is smiling rather large. Something was said. We'll do this once again, and Antone wins that face-off again. Dan Leach tried to throw that check into McKelvey, but he sidesteps it. He skates in, big number 88. And what a play by C.J. Nicholson as he drops to the ice, gets the stick out, and prevents a scoring opportunity. Quick pass out to Nicholson as he's down in the scoring zone. Laying on the ice, making the defensive play, and now he's the guy in the offensive zone with the puck. McKelvey and Guerrero are pushing and shoving in the corner. Devin Dara now with the puck. Out to Dan Leach, back to Devin Dara. He's in the high slot. Quick pass over to C.J. Nicholson, can't control it. Nicholson throws his check as McDonough now in there, trying to get it off. A little whistle and a little bit of a chop, more of an accidental chop, a little bit of a, hey buddy, what do you think you're doing there, rubbing the heads, but...
Mark, as you see Dan Leach skate into the picture there, having a little chat with McGinnis, linesman McGinnis, we're wondering why he's on defense tonight. One of the things that Leach could have been saying is, why are we playing defense? Yeah. Coach Astalis has him listed as a defenseman, but prior to Christmas, Mark, we've seen Dan Leach play some great hockey on the forward position.
Well, he's a very strong forward, and maybe he will play defense and be the fourth forward in a particular situations. We'll have to keep eye out for that as Blake Nada dumps Levesque down to the ice, and the Kingville Kings control it. Kotak calling for the pass, dumps it back behind the net for Matt Matty. Matt Matty skates out. The puck is given up to the Komoka Dragons. Still in the corner now. Marvin Simmons now digging for the puck. It goes over to the far side. There's Folksa now. Folksa number 19 for the Komoka Dragons. A little bit of a back pass. Kingville Kings are putting on the pressure. Here's Kotek stepping in from the point as Zimmerman tries to get a puck. Blake Nada now with the puck. Little drop pass and a big check. That Levesque was on the wrong side of that. Levesque tried to throw the check, and Blake Nada stood up, and Levesque went to the ice quickly. Then a quick shot on Wood.
Mark, there he is, Blake Nada. He's been a standout so far in this first period as far as I'm concerned for the Kingville Kings. Earlier he had that breakaway chance on Craig Wood, and just there with a huge hit. Huge hit.
Stand up, yes.
He was able to, we saw the puck almost roll in past Craig Wood after Blake Nada's big hit.
I wonder if Craig Wood got caught watching the game at that point in time. That was huge.
Seemed like time stopped for a moment where that puck was just trying to trickle behind Wood.
For Levesque it did anyway. Komoka Dragons now in the Kingville zone as it gets around. There's Hartwick trying to keep it in. Hodgelov now with the puck, looking for a place to pass it out. Gets it up and out. They're calling it a tip, but it's right on net. Craig Wood covers it up as Octavic goes in just to make sure he wasn't going to pass it off to his defender.
No, we look at Wood, hand linesman McInnes the puck. This is how the home team can stack up a lot of shots on net, Mark. These length of the ice shots. In a rink this size, it's easy to put one on net from the distance of the other end. We saw goaltender Paschik do it twice.
All 47 feet of it.
That's right. But Kingville knows how to use this rink.
Yes, they do. Home field advantage, I think they call that. Anton now dumps it in and around. Marcel Kotek now with the puck. Zulkanek's now digging hard, looking for Niederbach. Niederbach's in the slot. Quick shot on net. Wood directs it around. Komoka Dragons here up. Little chop there by Enger. Niederbach is working. Niederbach has the puck. Taking care of Anton and Enger. Now Gardeman. Gardeman with a quick shot. Little soft shot. Kept it along the ice, but Wood had a little bit of trouble with it. There's Zulkaneks with a quick shot. That puck had an address, and Wood was able to get across and keep it out of the net.
You know, you look at that top line for Kingville. There you have Niederbach right there, and his partner Matthias Gardeman from Thunder Bay, Ontario. Two completely different players. You know, Niederbach plays his game like a runaway train, and you know what? Gardeman's more like a snake in the grass. He's quiet. He's there, but it matters at the end of the game, Mark.
I've never heard the term snake in the grass be a positive thing. Only here on this show on WeTV, it's Steve Pronger. There's C.J. Emery. He gets checked off the puck. He chops Nicholson down with a little bit of a jab in the kidneys, and Nicholson's going to be looking for the number of C.J. Emery. Folks are now with the puck. C.J. Emery once again. Nicholson didn't go for the puck and went for the check on C.J. Emery. He was looking for him to come. There's Zimmerman now. He dumps it out to McDonough. McDonough dumps it deep. C.J. Emery now goes after the puck. Has a little bit of a room. Curls off that as Levesque dumps it into the open corner. Nicholson seems to be looking for the check and not the puck at the moment. He took exception to that cross check in the lower back. Johnny Guerrero looking for the pass. And there goes Nicholson off the ice. Galuli now, all alone, takes a step as McDonough spins and gets caught on the ice and falls down. Galuli had all kinds of room. Didn't know he had the room that he had. Ross takes a big check from the Kingsville Kings. Arnold now, over to Watson. Arnold tries to kick it up, and he takes a big check, a high check. We got a penalty to the Kingsville Kings coming. And that's Devin Dara, number 10.
Yeah, Dara's one of the Kingsville Kings' better or more proficient penalty killers, Mark. We don't like to see him go off in situations like this, but couldn't fool the referee on that one. I think it was obvious to everyone in the building that was a check from behind, and Devin Dara is going to pay the price of 2 minutes.
Well, that gives the Komoka Dragons another power play, 2 minutes or less, as the Kingsville Kings grab that puck quickly and dump it down. Wood way out of his net to give it a little back pass over to Ross. Ross lets it go to Levesque. Back up to Ross. Not really sure what's happening here as the Kingsville Kings skate into O'Brien, and Matt Matty kind of scoops his stick away from him, doing what he does best, the pest on the third and fourth line, Matt Matty.
Matt Matty, our player to watch for the Kingsville Kings, and boy, he is something to watch.
He lets you know that he's on the ice at all times. Blake Nada keeping check on O'Brien as the Kings dump it once again down the ice, and we've got another call here behind the play. High sticking the puck, it looks like.
Matt Matty, Mark, over the holidays seems to have grown himself quite a beard there.
Yes.
We're seeing a new face, and
he's been very active on Twitter as well. I was reading some of his tweets earlier today, and he's an interesting fellow based on his tweets. I don't know him all that well personally, but just following his tweets, he's a rather active person on Twitter as he is on the ice. Here comes Havelka, number 4. Big defenseman skating all the way down, getting some room, getting a quick shot up and over the net. Circles back to get back on his point. There's O'Brien, number 77, the Komoka Dragon to watch with a quick shot, and there's Havelka from both ends back, and he makes the play after the shot by O'Brien. Quick shot out front, and the Komoka Dragons are the first ones to get on the board with a power play goal.
Mark, moments ago, I would have liked to see Jan Pesek from Kingsville secure that rebound. About 20 seconds or so before that puck went in the net, he gave away that rebound. It ended up back on a Komoka stick across in front of the net, and sure as shooting, Komoka takes the lead with a minute and 50 seconds left in this first period.
And I believe that was number 88, McKelvey, with the goal. 1-0 with a minute 51 to play here in Kingsville Arena. We'll wait for the official scorer to give us the numbers on the goal there. A little bit of a scrum in front of the net, but I believe it was McKelvey with the goal. Burdov now with the puck. Quick pass up to Ivan Hojalov. He hits the brakes, loses the puck, gets it back. Quick pass over to Octavic. And there's List now, trying to chop his man down. Octavic now, working, sidesteps his check. It goes over to Burdov, quick shot, around. Mapes now gets it out. Zimmerman has a break, but doesn't have the speed to catch up to the puck, as Jan Pesek was going to put his glove over and hold it.
Mark, it was this Komoka Dragons team that handed the Kingsville Kings their only, if I can say, regulation loss of this season so far. So, they're not to be taken lightly here tonight. And with big scorers in their lineup like O'Brien and Watson, they've proven they can put the puck in net anytime.
Well, McKelvey's back on the ice. We got a minute to play here in the first period, and the Komoka Dragons are called on the offside.
There we look at Zach Zolkanik's new addition before the holidays, coming to us from Alaska, Mark, as you know, Kenai River.
Kenai River.
He's been a great addition to the Kingsville Kings, joining the top line with Niederbach and Gardeman.
He brings a certain something to the hockey game. There's McDonough, sidestepping to check. I thought Niederbach was offside there, but no call. And McDonough tries to catch it on his back. The puck squirts out to Dan Leach. Big forward playing D, number 22. Little backhand in, and Wood is having a little bit of difficulty chasing the puck down as it was bouncing around. Gardeman pastes his man, McKelvey, into the boards as the Kingsville Kings keep it in. Leach with a quick shot, blocked by C.J. Emery. Now, We got another chop on Niederbach there. I don't see any arms in the air. And no penalty call. It might be a give and take there because Niederbach shoved his man, and then Niederbach took a chop, and you can see Niederbach as he goes to the bench. We don't have a camera on him. But yeah, they are calling C.J. Emery for a cross check.
Yeah, he was laying the lumber pretty hard down in the corner on Big Niederbach, and obviously the referee is just not going to let that type of penalty go to the advantage of the Kingville Kings, Mark. Kingville is going to find themselves on the third power play of the first period.
Well, Ludwig Niederbach was laboring going to the bench. He was holding his lower back, and he's a big, strong guy. And there you see him on camera there now. He's still laboring over. He's going to get a penalty for the first chop. That's what I thought, because he laid a bit of a cross check, checking from behind into his player, and then Emery came in and took exception to that. So Niederbach is going to go. So he'll get a chance to sit in the penalty box and let his back settle out.
Komoka penalty, number 25, Gordon Emery, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Under 10 seconds to play here in the first period. The Komoka Dragons up 1-0. Quick shot by Devin Dara. And a little bit of push off as he comes in to make sure that Craig Wood has the puck, and there isn't anything to pick up.
Yeah, big Matthew Ross is not going to let anyone get near Craig Wood. And I got to say, Craig Wood has played an outstanding period of hockey for Komoka, Mark, and really finds himself with a nice little lead going into the first intermission.
Well, I don't have a stat on Craig Ross, but if you look at Jan Pesek, his shoulders are just barely at the bar, and Craig Ross, his elbows, correction, not Craig Ross, Craig Wood, his elbows are at the crossbar, so he's a much larger goaltender.
Right, Mark, what I can say about this first period, from my point of view, it looked like Blake Nader was a standout for the Kingville Kings in that first period, providing them with their best chance to take the lead, a 1-0 lead early in the period. But as it turns out, Kingville couldn't score on any of 3 power plays. Komoka taking advantage of their power play opportunity, giving themselves a 1-0 lead.
Absolutely, creating that opportunity, digging hard at the net as the puck is bouncing around, and getting it in. They're having a little bit of discussion here in front of us as C.J. Nicholson is asking a couple of questions, and Johnny Guerrero as well, just wanting to see, correction, that's Locanitz, just wanting to see what's up. There's the score after one period of play. The Komoka Dragons with a 15-14-2 record are up on the Kingville Kings, who have a 31-2 record. We'll be back in a bit, but when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the Kingville's last game. Rather interesting situation, and we'll get your comments on that, Steve Pronger. You're watching WeTV, Kingville Kings Hockey.
Live and local, WeTV. Tom is trying to justify buying a new car. That should do it.
Need a good reason? There's never been a better time to get yourself into the best-selling car in Canada for 17 years. Now during the Honda Model Clearout, get a $1,000 Civic bonus when you finance any new 2015 Civic model.
I'm Mark Knight.
I'm Steve Pronger. Catch all the Kingville Kings hockey action live from the Kingville Arena on WeTV.
That's right, Steve. Fridays and Sundays are fit for a king. The Kingsville Kings, exclusively on WeTV.
For Kingville Kings hockey, we got you covered.
Welcome back to Kingville Arena. A couple of good-looking guys there, Mark Knight and Steve Pronger, as the Kingville Kings are in a bit of a hole at the end of one period of play. The Komoka Dragons lead them by a score of 1-0. We're going to start the second period 4-on-4. There you see the score. The Komoka Dragons 15-4-2, and the Kingville Kings are 30-2. There's the scoring summary for the first period. Komoka, number 88, McKelvey, and with the goal, and 77, Shane O'Brien, and Ryan Watson with the assist at 18 minutes, 10 seconds of the first period. Interesting, you saw the stats there in the Kingville Kings. They're 30-2, and they've lost one game in regulation to these Komoka Dragons, but they lost another game. It's rather interesting. Just the other day against the Toronto Predators. What's up with that, Steve?
Well, apparently league rule means if you don't show up at a rink, Mark, you forfeit the game. And unfortunately, on January 10th, the Kingville Kings attempted to get to Toronto to fulfill their obligation to play the game. It's our understanding they got as far as London on the bus and were forced or decided to turn back due to weather conditions. They saw multiple cars, etc., in the ditch. They turned back, did not complete the trip to Toronto, and subsequently they forfeited the win to Toronto and the 2 points.
Yeah, I have difficulty with that, but I'm not on the board to decide what goes on, and it's unfortunate they weren't able to just reschedule the game and get an opportunity. It's not going to affect the Kingville Kings, but it might affect the Toronto Predators. There you have a look at our crowd here tonight at the Kingville Arena. Good crowd tonight. A little over a couple hundred people here enjoying the game in the arena. Want to say hi to all the viewers on WeTV enjoying this game. We've got 4 more home games after tonight's broadcast. Our next broadcast here from Kingville Arena is 2 weeks from now, as we welcome the Norfolk Admirals. That's Friday, January the 29th, our next game. Sorry, the Norfolk Vikings, my mistake. Game time, 8 o'clock, exclusively on WeTV, as the Kingville Kings get a little bit closer to the end of their season. Playoff bound, of course, and they've got a couple of road games coming up. And after this game here, as they finish off with the Komoka Dragons. Another look at our crowd tonight. Look at the bench there from the Komoka Dragons. On the road for 2, Sunday, January 17th, as they meet up with the Halton Ravens. Game time is 3:30. And then Friday, January 22nd, they're in Niagara to take on the Whalers. They've done rather well against both of those teams this year. Game time on Friday the 22nd is 7:30. And then, of course, as I said, we're back here on the 29th. Another WeTV exclusive Kingville Kings hockey.
Yeah, Kings fans, Mark, may recall before the Christmas break, the Niagara Whalers took the Kingville Kings here in this arena to almost to a loss. It was 1-1 late in the game. Daniel Burdoff skating down from his defense position right in front of us here, right by the visiting team bench, put up that shot to secure the 2-1 lead with, there was really only 2 minutes left in that game.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, big Daniel Burdoff all the way down. Peter Mahovlich-like coast to coast, put the puck in the net, and the place went wild. So
we see the referees finally taking the ice, Mark, and I just want to make a comment about referee Jones, Paul Jones from Brantford. It's our first time seeing him here, and really allowed the game to play well. Nice flow to the first period, I'd say. The referee put the whistle away, let them play. A few penalties were called. In fact, we're seeing ourselves 4-4 to start the second period.
Well, Ludwig Niederbach must have got a little bit of work in the intermission. His back seems to be better. He wasn't laboring as he skated across the ice to take his position on the short bench across the ice in the penalty box, as he's going to sit a minute 44 of the remainder of his period that he and C.J. Emery are enjoying after a little couple of extra wood moments there in the corner.
And Mark, we see newcomer Robert Liss starting the second period for Kingville. I was told before the game by the coaching staff he just got off the plane, from the plane to the lineup this afternoon.
Important fella. Zolkanix wins the faceoff, and Havelka dumps it deep. Liss circling around in the slot as the Komoka Dragons fired around the near boards. It squirts out the center ice. McKelvey now, the goal scorer for the Komoka Dragons. dumps it in. Havelka. Little back pass over to Liss. Liss does the dipsy doodle around all the way to the end boards. It bounces off the boards, but not back onto his stick. And Komoka Dragons come out with it. McKelvey tries to kick it up to his stick. There's Arnold now. Over to Galuli. He fans on that pass. Havelka gets it back to Kotek. Back to Havelka into the open corner. Quick pass out front, and Kotek is there with the puck. He's looking to go all the way. He's got his beat on the net, trying to split their D. Defenseman splitting the defenseman. And Liss now with the puck behind the net. Digging in the corner. 2 Dragons on 1 Kingville King. And the Dragons come out with the puck. Up to Ross quickly. He's got Watson with him, who's offside. Good call. As McDonough gives a little push to Watson.
Yeah, big Matt Ross carrying the puck up from his defensive position. He's a big, solid player for Komoka Mark, and he seems to be on the ice every other shift, and why not? And can I say there's only one saying I like better than snake in the grass, Mark, and that's dipsy doodle.
There you go. Watson with the puck. Tries to flip it up into the zone. Is blocked in there by Johnny Guerrero. Here's O'Brien, number 77, over to Levesque. Back to O'Brien. He's got a look. Kicks it up towards the net. Jan Pesek just shovels it into the corner. No problem. Octavic now being given all kinds of trouble by Watson. And here comes McDonough. McDonough up to Hojelov. The pass is blocked at the blue line. And the Komoka Dragons, quick pass up to Watson as he gets around Hojelov. Quick shot on Jan Pesek. Another shot on Jan Pesek, and he keeps the glove out. O'Brien now digging for the puck. As Dan Leach. I'm not used to Dan Leach banging back on D yet, so we're going to have to get used to that. Hojelov now, a little flick and doesn't keep control of it as it goes in deep. There's Niederbach out of the box. He tries to get over Octavic. Quick shot on net, and Wood is there. Niederbach once again with the rebound. Over to Burdov. Burdov shoots it up and over the net. Niederbach on the near side. Burdov once again, quick shot. The Kingville Kings are giving a little bit as O'Brien chops at Niederbach, catches him on the hand, and he goes down hard. No call. Loses his stick, and he's laboring to the bench. And now we've got a little scrum here. 2 fights, 3 maybe. The chop on Niederbach has created some extraneous action down in the Komoka zone.
Yeah, the Kingville Kings, Mark, apparently taking exception to the slash on Niederbach. People seeking retribution right away on behalf of their teammate. It appeared, though, Mark, that none of the referees saw the play. I didn't see any orange arms go up to signal a penalty.
Well, it was definitely number 77, Shane O'Brien, who threw the wood at Niederbach. And now there's a little bit of an explanation in front of the penalty box. And Matt Matty is going over there to help explain the Kingville Kings part of the show as Kyle Borner steps in. And there's McKelvey. Niederbach is on the bench, and he's in trouble. He's heading to the dressing room.
Yeah, we see that there. We hope he's okay. Obviously, a big part of the Kingville Kings lineup each and every game, each and every night. Their leading scorer with 55 points so far in the season. We hope he's okay.
Well, it looks like we may only have the 1 penalty being called at this point in time. Not really sure how that can happen when we had 3 different skirmishes going on in the Komoka offensive zone after the chop on Ludwig Niederbach. There was a little bit of pushing and shoving, and everyone seemed to want to have a piece of Shane O'Brien.
Well, Mark, I gave some credit to referee Jones before the beginning of the second period. Perhaps, he's one of those referees who's going to call 1 penalty only to send a message. We don't see anyone else in the box at the moment or any time up on the scoreboard yet. Discussion there with linesman McInnes and referee Fedek. So stay tuned, Mark.
Well, we got a lot to go there. You can see Niederbach there. He's trying to make his way back to the bench. He's in pain. He's holding his hand. It's not something Niederbach tries to sell like that, so I got to believe he's hurting. It's not one of those things that he's going to try and milk. So they're still discussing it. Looks like the 1 penalty is being called, and you can half-hearted, understand that with Kyle Borner going after Shane O'Brien, and the rest was just extraneous pushing and shoving. instead of letting this thing carry on, they're still discussing it down there. As Avery Antone and Devin Dara are trying to hear what they want to hear from referee Paul Jones.
Mark, the Kingville fans, as we have a look at them now, waiting patiently for the outcome of this, as we are, no one wants to see Niederbach out of the lineup, certainly with an injury, such a big part of this Kingville team. And really, all the opposing teams, they're trying to do anything to take Niederbach off his game, get him out of the game.
Well, you can see the Kingville Kings there scraping up the blood from the ice. It has had a couple of minutes to coagulate, and now Marcel Kotek was the one doing the ice damage, and he's trying to get the blood off his skate blade now. So we'll have to get somebody out there to pick that up, I'm going to guess.
Generally, Mark, I've seen in other facilities, and no doubt you have as well, a rink attendant will come out with a shovel and scoop that up. I don't know. I think I see referee Jones heading to the rink attendant area at this point, as we see Coach Estalis there, adorned in his new black hat for the 2016 portion of this season.
Well, I don't see Shane O'Brien on the bench, and it did look like he had a little bit of red discoloration on his face as he skated to the bench after the skirmish down in the Kingville zone. So it's likely that blood belongs to him, or used to belong to him. And now it's just a slight discoloration on the ice pad here in Kingville Arena. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Kingville Kings hockey on WeTV.
Live and local, WeTV.
Tom is trying to justify buying a new car. That should do it.
Need a good reason? There's never been a better time to get yourself into the best-selling car in Canada for 17 years. Now during the Honda Model Clearout, get a $1,000 Civic bonus when you finance any new 2015 Civic model.
Welcome back to Kingville Arena. You see the referees, a.k.a. ice crew, working on the blood here. And we've got Kyle Borner in the box still, but no time up on the thing. We just want to call attention to a couple of upcoming events here on WeTV at the St. Clair College Sports Center. The Redeemer Royals are in town on Saturday for some St. Clair College basketball, as the women play the Redeemer Royals at 1 o'clock, and the men are in at 3 o'clock. That's Saturday. And then for volleyball, the Niagara Knights are in, the women at 2, the men at 4, and that is Sunday at St. Clair College, exclusively on WeTV. So for those of you that are more than unilateral hockey fans that like volleyball, like basketball, like Steve and I do, we're sports guys. And I know some of the listeners and viewers out there are sports guys, gals, and you're interested in some St. Clair College stuff, then WeTV is the place to be on Saturday and Sunday.
Mark, it's a great sports weekend, eh?
Absolutely. Kingsville Kings are having to step up their sport a little bit more, as referee Paul Jones is coming over, giving the last little bit of explanation as to what happened there. And we do have a penalty up on the clock now, a 5-minute penalty to Kyle Borner. So with 2.5 minutes gone here in the second period, Kyle Borner is going to sit for 5, as the chop on Ludwig Niederbach went uncalled, but Kyle Borner, looking for retribution, is going to sit for 5 minutes. The Komoka Dragons now on the power play as they're trying to work in their own zone. McKelvey. Watson comes in to help out. Watson with the puck behind his own net. He's looking. Marcel Kotek is chasing him as Watson drops it back. Quick pass out front. Watson now with the puck. There's Blake Nada. Now, well,
Mark, I think we were in the midst of 4-on-4 hockey there.
yes, I have to apologize, fans. There was another penalty showed up on the clock, and as Steve and I were counting the players, it looks like Blake Nada, number 88 for the Kingville Kings, so a pair of 88s with the goals. Another penalty showed up on the penalty clock, and we were just busy quickly counting how many players were on the ice for each team, and it was 4-on-4 as Nada went down, not paying attention to the broadcast, and he decided to score to tie up the game. We're going to get you that scoring play in just a little bit, folks. It's now 1-1 here at Kingville Arena as Arnold with the puck. Quick shot up and over the net as Jan Pesha keeps it around. Zolkanix now pushing Arnold off the puck with Levesque. Here's Niederbach trying to get some restitution. Quick up and over the net. Colin Hartwick with the puck. Off the back of the Kingsville net. Goes over to Niederbach. Niederbach looking for some help. Zolkanix now with the puck. Dan Leach playing a bit of a forward position now.
I don't think he really should be.
No, he shouldn't be, but he's just up there. Another big check thrown by Niederbach. And again, no call. Hartwick is down on the ice. He is in pain. Niederbach threw a huge open ice check on Hartwick. And Hartwick is in trouble. He's going to need some help off the ice.
Mark, it seems like, and I want to apologize again to our viewers as you did, we only get the information sometimes as we're seeing it here in Kingsville. And when we started that we thought was a power play, we thought it was going to be a power play for Komoka.
But regardless, it was 4-on-4 hockey. The Kingsville Kings tied it up. Almost 4 minutes to play as Hartwick labors his way to the bench. Ludwig Niederbach, with his big frame, was able to introduce him to the ice.
Mark, if you're gonna smack Niederbach around or be funny with him, as we can say, you're gonna pay the price eventually. His teammates are very loyal to him, and I think we're seeing some of that.
Absolutely. Watson now tries to keep it in the zone. Devin Dara now winds, looking for the 5-hole, gets his own rebound off of Wood. Ross now gives it up to Matty. Comes out of the zone. Correction, that was Devin Dara again. Intentional wide shot. Devin Dara with the puck. He falls, keeps the puck, back up, has control. There's Matt Matty now with the puck. Blake Nada from Johnny Guerrero is the scoring play for the Kingsville Kings. There's Ross dumping it down behind his own net. Big hit, and Watson comes out with the puck. Skates it over the blue line. Arnold's with him. Quick shot, fan on the shot. Arnold behind the net. There's Havelka pushing Arnold off it. The puck comes around to the near boards as C.J. Emery shoots it wide. Arnold goes after it, decides to lay off, and lets the puck squirt all the way back into his own zone. Arnold shovels the puck back into Liss's skates, and he trips over the puck back up to Liss. Liss can't control it in the slot. He's pushed off that by Antone. Quick shot out front. Havelka to a quick shot and a great save by Craig Wood.
Yeah, great save there by Wood on that play. But Mark, I have to say that the overall tone of the play the last few minutes has been very chippy, very edgy. It looks like hockey players out there have something else on their mind other than playing hockey.
Well, as you said, when you take a chop on one of the better, bigger players on the Kingsville Kings, the black and silver wake up, and it's going to be tough for the Komoka Dragons for the 14 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second period. You're going to watch some bodies get hammered. As the Komoka Dragons are looking to break out of the zone, here's Levesque coming up the middle. Given room to skate, he still has the puck, gets the shot on net, and gets pasted into the end boards. Leach now with the outward pass. He gets the chop, comes around to Octavic. Octavic braces, gets hit hard, but Hojlov now has the puck. Dumps off to Burdov. Burdov with a quick shot high. Craig Wood gets the shoulder up.
Mark, that was number 9, Hartwick, who's out on the ice, who just laid that big check out there. He seems to be okay now.
He seems to be okay, you're right. And there he gets a little bit of almost a slew foot into Jan Pesek. And McKelvey, and I can't quite see who that is. Is that Johnny Guerrero maybe? Are pushing and shoving, and they come away with a little bit of a smile on their face, say, I got you, and the other guy says, well, I got you. And so it begins.
Yeah, Mark, it's nice to see number 9, Hartwick for Komoka back out there. He was a recipient of a huge check from Niederbach, and took him a while to get off the ice. We don't like to see any player injured. It's nice to see him back in the game. No doubt Komoka would have missed him.
Well, a big check like that can just knock the wind out of you, and that can hurt as well. If I'm sure you know what it's like to be out of breath all of a sudden, playing in the games that you played in.
Mark, now these days I just get out of breath coming up here to the booth.
Now. Here's Liss with the puck. Off the near boards. He's looking, get a quick shot off a leg of Arnold and back out to the blue line. Kotek, pass off to Gardeman. Back to Kotek, back to Gardeman. Havelka's now looking for the puck. Havelka winds, shoots, misses the net as Gardeman picks it up on the far side. Kotek now. Quick shot. Wood had to stand up to knock that down, as the Kingville Kings have added a little bit of pressure as the penalties wind down. 7 seconds into penalties of 4-on-4 hockey as Liss tries to tip that one in. Havelka. Well, that was rather interesting what I just saw. Watson came off of the Komoka bench. There wasn't somebody sitting in the penalty box for number 77, Shane O'Brien, but he came off of the bench to satisfy the extra man. C.J. Emery now with the puck. In many leagues, that's illegal, but obviously not in the Greater Metro Hockey League. Ross now chasing Niederbach down. Niederbach passes it back, nobody there. Dan Leach now. Dan Leach throws a check on Watson and falls down. Watson gets by C.J. Nicholson. Nicholson strips him of the puck, but Watson gets it back. Watson back and forth. C.J. Nicholson now knocks it out front. Gets it up to Levesque at center ice. He turns and spins and shoots it back into the Kingsville zone. Kingsville now. Nicholson looking for the puck out in front of the net. Komoka now with Folksa. And Jan Pesek is down. 1 shot, 2 shots. More pushing and shoving as Mapes gets up. Doesn't like the rub out that he just received as he was taking the extra whack on Jan Pesek as he skates to the corner with the puck. Thank you very much.
Mark, I think we're involved in a game now where nobody is going to take anything from anyone else. You touch me, I'm going to touch you back. You touch my guy, I'm going to swack you. But I want to call attention to the way McDonough played that 2-on-1 coming down. Exceptional play on his part to let Jan Pesek take the shooter, effectively breaking up the 2-on-1 chance for Komoka.
And you can see McDonough skating to his bench, looking, chirping. He's such a little guy, but he's so active and he's so agile. He can move and he can get you, but he doesn't quit. And that's the great thing about McDonough. Komoka Dragons with a quick shot wide of the net. It comes around to the near boards. Arnold takes a big check by Johnny Guerrero, and down he goes. Johnny Guerrero gets up with the puck. Can't control the pass, and it gets out to McKenzie. McKenzie and Burdov now slicing and dicing. And there's Ross. Knocks Burdov's helmet off. And the puck goes up into the netting, and Burdov gets a bit of a break there as he was undecided whether he was going to put his helmet back on or not, but the puck hit the netting, and it's a moot point.
There's our player to watch again. Matt Matty from St. Charles, Missouri. He's had a great game so far. Him and Blake Nada on that line, Mark, the third line or fourth line, whatever you call it. Constant energy. No doubt he was an easy selection for a Greater Metro Hockey League All-Star.
Well, quick face-off win there. It comes all the way back to Jan Pesek, and he's quick on the glove, drops to the knees and covers it up, and we're going to do that again just to the right. Kingsville Kings control. Ivan Hojlov looking for the stretch pass. Doesn't get it. It's blocked in front. Kotek now. hits the brakes and falls. Not happy with his performance there. He heads to the bench, and Dan Leach comes out to replace him. Pushing and shoving behind the Komoka net, and the puck squirts out, and the Dragons skate out with it. There's Folksa, number 19. Good hip check on him after he unloads the puck. Fired back in. Jan Pesek goes around behind the net and is unable to control. Folksa now once again with the puck in the corner. He's being held off by Devin Dara. Ross chops it back into his zone as Levesque goes all the way back to retrieve. Octavic chases him, and there's Galuli. Little drop pass. Broken up by Dan Leach. Dan Leach flips it all the way down, and Arnold makes his way back into his zone. Hojlov after Arnold. A little bit of a stick out, parallel to the ice. Penalty coming up to Ivan Hojlov for hooking, as the Komoka Dragons have an opportunity to pull wood and watch for the extra stuff.
Galuli better watch it. We're going to find ourselves 4-on-4. Komoka really needs this opportunity to go on the power play, Mark.
And Hojlov is the one receiving the extra pushing and shoving. And Mike McInnes is in there pushing the white sweaters away, making sure that we have no more than just the one penalty. And the trip is called on Hojlov.
Yeah, we've watched Hojlov improve and really gel into a fine player over the course of the year, getting used to the Canadian game, a smaller rink. I don't think that penalty was intentional, Mark. I think he was reaching for the puck, trying to secure the puck, and the Komoka player happened to trip over the stick.
Well, Watson had to step on Hojlov, and Hojlov really didn't have much chance to do much to him other than get the stick out and trip him up. So,
you know, Mark, I'd like to see Komoka show some patience here with the puck and set up some plays and really try to use this power play to their advantage.
Well, there's a little bit of a miscue, and a double miscue, as Devin Dara chops it away from Ross as he reaches out to try and get it, and C.J. Nicholson is unable to get it up to him. There's Burdov. Burdov and Devin Dara. Dara gets knocked to the ice. They're digging under Dara. Dara gets back up. Coming out, Devin Dara gets it out to Levesque. Levesque straddles the blue line over to Enger. Enger chops it into the corner. Burdov goes after it. He swipes at the puck but misses. Still has the puck, falls down. Back out to the point to Levesque. Levesque winds off of Matt Matty's skate and knocks it out. The Komoka Dragons are going to have to tag up. Matt Matty playing the spoiler as he throws a big check on Enger. Enger thought he had him lined up, but Matt Matty just dropped the shoulder into his chest, and Enger went for a ride. The net is off. A little bit of a skirmish in front of Jan Pesek. I think Enger will think twice when he decides to set up Matt Matty.
Yeah, again, Matt Matty's a tough kid, we know that, and he looks even tougher with that beard of his. And
we have another penalty.
Things are still a little chippy in this game, Mark.
I don't know if you caught it on camera. It was Matt Matty skated by the Komoka bench. He just gave a little wink and a smile. And Daniel Burdov and McKelvey are going. A couple more penalties here. McKelvey and Burdov will sit 2 minutes. One for a chop, one for a trip. And Gary Ostalos is moving his men around. We got 4-on-3 hockey in favor of the Komoka Dragons for 45 seconds or less. Ross now with a puck, a little quick shot. Jan Pesek does the smart move and keeps it in the glove.
Good catch, good catch by Jan Pesek there for sure, Mark. But what we need to see from Komoka is them to take advantage of all the open space in this ice at the moment, get the puck high to a big body like Matthew Ross, and get a shot, get traffic to the net.
Well, Galuli wins the faceoff, gets it over to Arnold. Quick shot on Jan Pesek, and it's back to Ross on the blue line. Blue line. Quick over to Ross. Over to Galuli. Quick shot. Now we got a Kingville defenseman, Havelka, without a stick. He picks that back up. Well, we're going to have probably another little bit of a conversation here. The net was way off the moorings there as Jan Pesek slid across. Komoka Dragons had a golden opportunity.
Golden opportunity, Mark, and you could clearly see Pesek kick that post off with his skate coming across the crease. You know, it's a tactic used by goalies for years. since they lowered the moorings to prevent injuries, post-crashings, goaltenders have really taken advantage of that, and we saw Peshek do it right there.
So Canucks just got a chop there on Hartwick and got away with it.
Hartwick's having a tough night, Mark.
He is. He puts himself in a position to get hurt, and the Kingville Kings are laying the lumber as they dump it out. And there's Hojalov. And here we go. Did Hartwick get his comeuppance?
He did.
We've got the arm is up. And they're calling for the trainer as he makes it over Ivan Hojalov. There's Mike McInnes helping the trainer over there with Hojalov. The player is laying on the ice. I haven't been able to see the number as who it is. They're pulling Peshek out of the way. Well, we're going to take a short break as the staff attend to the Kingsville player. It's 1-1 here at Kingsville Arena in the second period, and you're watching WeTV.
Live and local, WeTV.
It's going to get ugly.
He might be seriously injured.
Live and local, WeTV.
Tom is trying to justify buying a new car. That should do it.
Need a good reason? There's never been a better time to get yourself into the best-selling car in Canada for 17 years. Now during the Honda Model Clearout, get a $1,000 Civic bonus when you finance any new 2015 Civic model.
Welcome back to Kingsville Arena. Mark Knight with Steve Pronger here on WeTV, and you see the image of the Kingsville player still on the ice, and we're unable to get it's number 4, Lucas Havelka, on the ice and we were wondering who it might be, whether it be Liss, but Havelka is also from Prague, Czech Republic, and we saw Jan Peshek over there. Jan Peshek was really agitated, more agitated than a normal player would be, but this is his countryman laying on the ice. So there's probably a good friendship there, coming from the same country, playing in Canada on the same team here at the Kingsville Kings. And Lucas Havelka has not moved.
Yeah, Mark, I made the comment about midway through the period that the game just seems to be a little edgy, a little chippy. Players have something other on their mind than playing hockey, and you don't want to see any player end up like this. We saw a huge check earlier in the game on Hartwick, number 9 from Komoka. He was down, struggled to get off the ice, and now we see like return to Kingsville's Havelka. So we really hope this is okay.
Well, you see Havelka there. He's up on his knees. They're assisting him. The trainer is there. Kotek is there. Peshek is there looking on intently. And there's likely going to be another penalty being called. We'll see what happens in that, and it'll likely be number 9, Hartwick, as he threw that check. Colin Hartwick, as you said, was the recipient of the clean ice hit by Niederbach. It hurt, but
Mark, the way I saw that, it was clearly a check from behind by Hartwick. The Kingsville player had his face, his entire body to the glass behind the Kingsville net, and he went down immediately after that check from number 9, Hartwick.
Well, Havelka is being tended to. Looks like he's going to make it to his skates. There we go. Big resounding round of applause from the crowd here at Kingsville Arena as Havelka is being helped to the bench. And we now see 2 players in the Komoka penalty box and 1 in the Kingsville penalty box, and Hartwick is still on the ice. So we'll see what the referees sorted out and who is in the penalty box. That looks like it might be
I can't make out the number here, Mark.
Oh.
And again, for the sake of our viewers, we don't get direct access from the public announce address here in Kingsville. We're hearing it and trying to get it just like you are at home. So
Well, there's only 3 players that have a 7 to start their number: Alexander Brunn, Christian Bunshu, and Shane O'Brien. And I have not seen Shane O'Brien come back. Shane O'Brien was the recipient of the blood earlier, and he's the captain of the squad. And I haven't seen him come back, so I'm guessing it's either Christian Bunshu or Alexander Brunn.
Well, Mark, whoever it was, someone's getting issued a 5-minute major from Komoka, obviously, for, call it what you will, boarding, checking from behind, head check, whatever it was a vicious check to a player who wasn't in position to defend himself, like you would think a shoulder-to-shoulder check, a shoulder-to-board check in that case. And all the way through minor hockey up to the NHL professionals, checking from behind is a dangerous play any way you slice it up.
Well, we have the other 2 penalties winding down. The Komoka Dragons take a 5-minute major, as you just heard Steve Pronger say. And we're getting set for the face-off in the Komoka zone. So it'll be 4-on-3 hockey in favor of the Kingville Kings as Ludwig Niederbach skates in to take the face-off, flanked by Zulkanix. And the Kingville Kings win the face-off and knock it all the way out of the zone. Octavic now, back with the puck. Shovels it up to Niederbach. Niederbach back to Octavic as Hojlov circles. Quick pass over to Hojlov, back to Octavic. Octavic. And Hojlov with a quick shot. Good save by Wood. And the Komoka Dragons are able to knock it out of the zone. So, I'm sorry, I missed one. 79, Bailey Strupat with an elbow, 5-minute elbow. I'm looking over my roster and I missed one 70 player.
This one's 7.
So Bailey Strupat with the 5-minute elbowing major. You hear the crowd be thankful for a quick check, knocking a Komoka Dragon to the ice as the puck makes it into Craig Wood, and he stops the play.
Mark, it may seem a little tough to swallow for the team who's been injured, but really the best type of retribution in any game of sports is to score, take the lead, win the game. And really with a 1-1 tie here with 6 minutes or so left in the game, Kingsville needs to refocus on what they're doing. They have a golden opportunity with a man advantage and a lot of space down there to go up 2-1 on Komoka.
Well, Antone wins the face-off there for the Komoka Dragons, and he gets the puck back. He's got some speed as he tries to break around Octavic. He gets a quick shot on Jan Pesek, who dumps it back down to Niederbach. And it's 4-on-3, and Antone is calling for a replacement, and the Kingville Kings can't seem to get the shape to take advantage of the extra man. As the 2 players come out of the penalty box, McKelvey and Burdov. Burdov has to fight off McKelvey as the puck happened to show up in their location. Niederbach with a quick shot fanned on the puck. Now 5-on-4 for the Kingville Kings, as Strupat is sitting another 3 minutes and 33 seconds in his 5-minute major. There's Mapes now, doing a little bit of forecheck for the Komoka Dragons. Octavic up to Nicholson. Nicholson gains his own. Quick shot over the far boards. Matt Matty. Backhands over to Kotek. Into the skates of Matt Matty. Kotek now there. Matt Matty digging at the puck. It squirts out. Over to Nada. Quick shot up front, hits a body and stays out of the net. Looks like we got a net off.
Yeah, again, goaltenders using that to their advantage, Mark. Great opportunities there for the Kingville Kings on this power play. They still have 2 minutes and 58 seconds according to the scoreboard. Really, there's an opportunity for them to go up. Kingville knows how to work the puck on a power play. We've seen it game after game, and let's see them find that open man for a shot.
Well, I think the Komoka Dragons are for real. They're giving the Kingville Kings a lot to deal with, even with 4 players on the ice. As it comes over to Gardeman, he winds and shoots. It squirts all the way around, and Burdov has to retreat to his own blue line. Backhand over to Kotek as Kotek goes up the far boards. He dumps it deep, and Wood flicks it out of the zone. Burdov to Matty. Near boards to Gardeman. Gardeman can't control it as Galuli brings it into his own zone, and the Komoka Dragons fired into the Kingville zone. Peshek around behind his net. That's Kotek. Over to Burdov. Back to Kotek. He fights off his check. Little flip pass over to Nicholson. Kotek now. Little wrister high. Into the corner it goes and squirts out.
Mark, those pucks have to be scoreable shots.
Yeah, they're being kept outside and taking low percentage shots. But then again,
like
there
that
you go,
one.
just like that one. Dig in, separate the D, and you walk in and get the big shot.
Huge goal for Kingville, Mark, to finish this second period. This is what you need to do. You need to send a message when you're in a position, especially on a major power play, where you still have time left in the clock to perhaps score another goal. It looks like it was Zach Zolkanics.
Yes, sir. Zach Zolkanics with the goal, bringing the Kingville Kings up 2-1. Just over 4 minutes to play here in the second period. And power play continues for the Kingville Kings. Hodgelov now with the puck, skating in. Zolkanics back on the ice as Craig Wood comes out and shuts the door on Zolkanics.
Zach Zolkanic, Mark, he's been an exceptional addition to the Kingville Kings. Had many years of junior experience in the USHL, the North American Hockey League, and the Kingville organization is blessed to have him. And really, his hard work in that power play puts Kingville up 2-1, they'll take that lead into the second intermission.
Komoka Dragons, Galuli wins that face-off, shovels it around to the near boards as Levesque winds and gets it out of the zone. Octavic almost goes offside, was able to control it up to McDonough. McDonough to Zolkanics, back to Octavic as he gains the zone. Stick handles into the corner, holds his defender off. Quick shot out front, and Matt Matty wasn't able to convert. He had an open side of the net, but I think it went off his skate. Or it might have been 3-1 for the Kingville Kings. Quick shot. Here's Matt Matty again, standing on a blue line, looking for the top corner, just a little bit wide. Burdov now on the blue line. Hands it off to Gardeman. Quick shot up front, and Matt Matty is there on the doorstep. Kotek. Over to Hodgelov. Hodgelov circles, looking. Gardeman now. Gardeman back to Kotek. Penalty winding down. Kotek with a quick shot. That goes off a stick and into the corner. Kotek looking for the puck. Burdov doesn't see him. Quick shot up to Matty, and Craig Wood with 8 seconds left on the power play clock.
Mark, our player to watch, Matt Matty, almost had every eye in this building on him. He had a couple great chances in that power play. You saw he took a good stretch pass from the Kingville defenseman, found himself alone on Wood. However, he couldn't find the back of the net.
Well, there's another whole period for Matt Matty to continue on. As the Komoka Dragons, Ross with a quick shot on Jan Peshek. He decides to hold the puck for a face-off in the Kingville zone. 2-1, Kingville Kings lead the Komoka Dragons here at the Kingville Arena. You're enjoying Kingville Kings hockey on WeTV. Glad to have everyone aboard. Mark Knight along with Steve Pronger. And the game is getting interesting, Steve, as we got 2 minutes and 29 seconds to play in the second period. We've seen all sorts of action. We've seen goals, we've seen hits, we've seen chops, we've seen blood, and we've still got another period to go. And we just tie it up there as the Komoka Dragons, number 14, Arnold, with a quick wrister from the blue line, gets through 3 players and makes it way through Jan Peshek to tie this game up.
Yeah, it was a good goal for Komoka there, but obviously a bad one for the Kingville Kings. You wonder, Mark, if goaltender Peshek there still may be a little concerned about his teammate Kingville, who made his way to the dressing room.
That is very possible, Steve. Well, at 17:36 of the second period, this game is tied with a quick shot by Keith Arnold. Arnold again with the puck behind the net. There's Blake Nada digging it out of the corner. Nada works his way back to the blue line, and List can't keep it in. Shoveled high as Arnold goes back once again to pick up the puck. Blake Nada throws the check, just misses him as the Kingville Kings can't keep the zone. List now with the puck.
Mark.
Late offside call.
Mark, if I can just interject here while we have an offside here, it's just been reported to us that number 4 from Kingsville, Havelka, who took that severe check behind the Kingsville net, he's in the dressing room. He's conscious. He's clearly been concussed. In fact, the report's been to us that he was knocked unconscious as he lay there on the ice.
Well, he laid there for 3 minutes and hadn't moved, so...
But he is conscious now. He's in the dressing room, but according to reports, he's clearly been concussed, and he will not be back in this game for Kingsville.
Well, that's good news that he's up and awake and conscious. Thanks for that, Steve. Face off to the right of Craig Wood. Quick shot behind the net as the Komoka Dragons dump it out to center ice. Gardeman steals the puck. Back to Kotek. He flips it high. Just short of a hand pass there. Here's Watson. He gets stepped around by Burdoff. Up off the glass, C.J. Emery at center ice with the puck. Levesque calling for the pass. He dumps it into the Kingsville zone. Kotek, quick pass up to Dara. Dara can't keep it in the zone as the puck squirts all the way around, and icing is waved off. Little high elbow there on Burdoff. No call. Watson decided to add a little something extra to that check. Komoka Dragons in the zone. Hartwick now. Quick shot high and over the net. Another quick shot from the corner. Jan Pesek flashes the leather, keeps that one under control.
Mark, we find ourselves with about a minute, a little less than a minute left in this period. 2-2 tie. Really, we hope Kingsville is going to come back from this. They had an opportunity to really bury Komoka on a 5-minute power play. Komoka coming back with a good shot from Arnold from the point to tie it up.
Niederbach on the far boards, being checked by Hartwick. Zach Zolkanis gets pushed off the puck, and Craig Wood goes for a spill as his net crashes into him. As Zolkanis does what he does best.
Yeah,
hard to net.
As the games go on, Mark, you find yourself in a tie game. Players have to do things exceptionally. They have to work a little harder, do things like go to the neck a little stronger. To break a tie, to find your team in the lead, you have to do things just like we saw Zach Zolkanis do. Good for him, going hard to the net. That's going to translate into successful things for Kingsville.
He's in to take the face off. He does a flick forward, and there Niederbach gets a chop, and there goes another quick Niederbach check. And a little more of the extraneous hockey plays are happening again here as the second period winds down. Galuli takes a double check, gets thrown into the corner.
Please make your way behind the visitors' bench.
We got another penalty to the Kingsville Kings being contested. Of course, that's Brendan Sorrells.
Looks like our guy Zach Zolkanis is one of them down there. May have the wind out of him.
Well, Galuli and Niederbach were pushing and shoving a little bit down in the Komoka end, and they came down here, and Sorrells and Zolkanis kind of tag teamed. And it looks like we might have a little bit more blood coming out from Zolkanis as Galuli lay on the ice now. Looks like the Komoka trainer is calling for a little ammonia to wake him up.
Mark, you know, it's like a prize fight. We used to watch boxing. These matches go 15 rounds, and they just beat the tar out of it. And at the end of it, you wonder who's won the fight. And we're kind of there at this point. We got a 2-2 tie. The teams are really very physical game. They're pounding each other, and you wonder who's going to be left standing to score the winning goal.
Well, it's just, I'm without words at this moment in time. It just, I'm going to get you. No, I'm going to get you. No, I'm going to get you.
That's right.
And we see 2 minutes on the clock for the Kingsville Kings.
You know, Mark, if one of the two teams could show some self-discipline here, show some restraint, if you will, they might find themselves in a position actually to take the lead, score a couple more goals, and win this hockey game. You know, at some point, someone's going to have to get back to playing hockey and establish himself as a dominant team in this game.
Well, you saw Galuli skate off the ice holding the towel to his nose and mouth area, not really sure whether he maybe have lost a tooth or had a nose pushed in a position it didn't want to go in. But he was definitely in trouble as he skated off the ice. We got 23 seconds to go, just over 23 seconds to go here in the second period. The Kingville Kings find themselves with a man disadvantage, and they knock it into the Komoka zone. Ross now, up to Antone. Antone winds, shoots. That goes off of McDonough. McDonough back in place again to block the puck one more time, up and off the netting. We're going to have another face-off.
Mark, again, Blake Nader for the Kingsville Kings has been outstanding so far in this game, and our player to watch, Matt Matty, have liked the play of both of those guys, and also a few of the Komoka players, Arnold with that great shot from the point, putting them in a tie position.
Well, Matt Matty tried to stretch it around Ross to get it up to get a breakaway, but that's not going to happen as the clock winds down and the buzzer goes. We've got 2 periods in the books, 2 goals on either side of the score clock, and more communication as referee Dave Fedek is standing on the red line, making sure that the 2 paths don't cross. And there's Levesque encroaching on him, making sure everything's okay. And Craig Wood and Jan Pesek just pat gloves because they haven't been involved in anything but stopping pucks tonight. And I think there's a little bit of respect between those 2 gentlemen.
Yeah, and really we're where we were 40 minutes ago, really at a 0-0 game. And Mark, the key to this game is going to be the team that can come out relaxed and poised and actually play hockey. You hear what I'm saying? Play hockey.
Well, and I think you've got it right. The next team that decides to play the game and forget the extras will likely go ahead. There you see the score of the Greater Metro Hockey League on WeTV. The Komoka Dragons with 2, the Kingsville Kings with 2. We are into our second intermission. Just want to remind you about our next broadcast, which is in 2 weeks from tonight. Next game against the Norfolk Admirals, Friday, January 29th, 8 o'clock right here at the Kingsville Arena. Mark Knight, Steve Pronger, Kingsville Kings Hockey on WeTV. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back.
Live and local, WeTV.
Tom is trying to justify buying a new car. That should do it.
Need a good reason? There's never been a better time to get yourself into the best-selling car in Canada for 17 years. Now during the Honda Model Clearout, get a $1,000 Civic bonus when you finance any new 2015 Civic model.
Hi, I'm Joe Kingville, coach of the Chicago Blackhawks and a proud graduate of FJ Brennan High. I can remember fondly my 5 great years at Brennan. It seems like just yesterday that we're there. A lot of great life lessons that I learned along the way, particularly from my teachers in the Catholic program. Want to wish everybody there good luck and look forward to being a proud graduate and being a proud Cardinal going on here in Chicago.
It's the feeling you get when it all rushes back. The lights, the sounds, the thrill. This memory has been earned and preserved for a lifetime. Every ring has a story. What will yours say?
Live and local, We TV.
I'm Mark Knight.
I'm Steve Pronger. Catch all the Kingville Kings hockey action live from the Kingville Arena on WeTV.
That's right, Steve. Fridays and Sundays are fit for a king. The Kingville Kings, exclusively on WeTV.
For Kingville Kings hockey, we got you covered.
Welcome back to Kingville Arena. Mark Knight along with Steve Pronger. After two spirited games, two spirited periods, we've got two under the home side, two under the visitor side, and we got one more period to go, Steve.
Mark, we got 20 minutes to figure this whole thing out. We figured out the physical part of this game for sure. It's obvious to everybody that both teams are interested in being a physical presence. All we need is one more goal to separate them before zero.
Well, let's look at the second period scoring summary. Kingville tied it up with a goal by Blake Nada at the 3:01 mark, assisted by Johnny Guerrero. And then they went ahead 2-1. Zach Zolkanix gets his 9th of the season, assisted by Marcel Kotek at 15:46. But then again, the Komoka Dragons didn't want to let it go. Arnold puts one in, his 2nd of the season, and McKelvey with the assist on that. And that's where we sit, 2-2 here after 2 periods of play. The Kingville Kings are on the road for the next couple of games, and they're going to be in Halton as they take on the Ravens at 3:30 on Sunday, January the 17th. And then the following Friday, January 22nd, skating against the Niagara Whalers. That game time is 7:30. So to the Kingville Kings fans, make sure you check those out. But our next broadcast is against the Norfolk Vikings 2 weeks from tonight, Friday night, January 29th, live at 8 o'clock, exclusively on WeTV. Steve will be here. I'll be here. You'll be here. We want to say hello to our viewers in Anchorage, Alaska, and Parry Sound, Ontario, the home of Bobby Orr. Glad you decided to spend your evening with us here on WeTV. We're really happy to have you and all the other viewers that are watching tonight. Here we go. Devin Darrow wins the faceoff in the third period. Gets it back to McDonough as he flips it up into center ice zone. Levesque now for the Komoka Dragons. Headmans a puck up to Enger. Stretch pass up to Watson, doesn't connect, and the Kingville Kings knock it back into the zone. We've got 1:19 on the penalty clock for the Kingville Kings as they play one man short here to start the third period. Levesque now with the puck. Passes it across. Goes to Ross. Ross gets a quick shot wide of the net. From his knees. McDonough gets it out, and there's a quick shot. Score! Devin Darrow. From his knees.
Mark, we've seen Devin Darrow be tremendous on the penalty kill all season long for the Kingville Kings. That's a tremendous. What an awesome shot that was for a goal. Coming down the far side of the rink, putting it right between Craig Wood's legs. I don't know if Woods thought he was going to see a shot at that point.
I don't think so, because he was getting ready to butterfly going down. He paused, and now the Kingville Kings have got something to chirp about, because the chirping begins as they get ready for the face-off. Mike McInnes quickly got over to the benches to keep the team separated, and now the pushing and shoving begins. So let's see what hockey we get and what boxing we get out of the rest of this game. Kyle Borner with a quick shot, dumps it down to the blue line. It doesn't get out. Another quick shot up and over, and that's likely going to be icing. Nope, the penalty is still on the clock. Sorry about that, folks. As the Komoka Dragons try to get out of the zone. A quick knife up into the Kingville zone as Hartwig goes after it, and it's knocked back out. Ross is there to pick it up. Ross up to Hartwig. He tries a little dump between the legs, and it doesn't go. And here we go. Blake Nada in quick, up and over. Cross gets his stick in the way of the lane, but the net does come off, and no damage done.
Fine game tonight from Blake Nada. He's found the back of the net for Kingville's second goal, and it's guys like him and Matt Matty and Devin Darrow and CJ Nicholson who've really been stalwarts on the penalty kill all season long for Kingville. And Kingville, again, because of effective penalty killing, is able to get the puck up ice, Mark, and find their way to the third goal of this game.
A shorthanded goal as it was. Niederbach goes ahead with the faceoff. As the Komoka Dragons drag it out of their zone. Pass over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman does not connect. He's in behind the net with Kotek. As the Kings come out with the puck. Flip up to Niederbach. Stretch pass is unable to. And a little bit of pushing and shoving. C.J. Emery shoves Niederbach into the boards right in front of the referee. Not a good decision, Mr. Emery. And he's going to the box. And now we have a little bit more pushing and shoving as Folksa decides to put his arm around Zach Zolkanix. And I'm sure he isn't saying, hey, buddy, how you doing?
You know, Mark, you see a lot of good hockey when you watch junior hockey, but sometimes there just aren't smart plays. C.J. Emery making his way to the box for the Komoka Dragon, not a smart move at all.
Very, very ill-advised.
You know, your team is down 3-2 in the third period, and, you know, you have to be thinking of other things, like perhaps making successful hockey plays that will lead to goals. That kind of play really is sad to see. You know, I'm not going to go as far as say it's an embarrassment at times, but you know, if Komoka loses this game in the end, Mark, you might sit back and wonder, well, gee, you know, why did that have to happen? Why do we have to do that?
You have to be mature enough to be able to control your emotions.
You know, we've seen a situation where a couple soft goals have gotten by each goaltender. One earlier in the game through Pashek, and we just saw the one goal between Craig Wood's legs. So a penalty, ill-advised penalty like that from a Komoka defenseman is really not what is needed in this hockey game.
Well, we're going to see what happens as Gardeman gets in there. Face-off won by Enger. He knocks it into the corner, and Mapes goes around to get it up. McDonough has to skate back into his zone as the Kingsville Kings look to get shaped up. Quick pass back to McDonough. McDonough across the line. He's checked up on the far boards. He dumps it into the corner as List goes around to pick it up. There's Enger once again. The puck squirts out, and Kotek over to McDonough. McDonough takes a look, makes sure his man is cleared. He skates in, no puck, and Zolkanix dumps his man off of it. List with the puck. List skates out of the corner, back to Kotek. Kotek called for it. Over to Gardeman. There's McDonough. Across the blue line, over to Gardeman. Kotek's calling for it, looking to wind. Gardeman with a half shot, fake to the corner. Back to Gardeman. Can't get it to Kotek this time. A little bit of push behind the play through the people, and Craig Wood with the glove. Well, Devin Dara unassisted on that scoring play, his 25th of the season, breaking it to 3-2 for the Kingsville Kings. 58 seconds still on Emery's penalty as Ludwig Niederbach sets to take this faceoff. Won by the Komoka Dragons, but the puck comes out to Kotek. Wow. Puck was in the air, knocked clean out of the air, and Wood wasn't sure where it was. Good stick action there by the Komoka Dragons to keep that puck out of the open net. Quick shot from the blue line. Goes just off the glove of Craig Wood and up into the boards. Kotek now. Little half shot into Octavic. Octavic fighting in the corner with it. A helmet off as Octavic skates to the Kingsville bench.
As you know, Mark, in this league, that's considered a player in danger, and the referee determines a helmet or the player can't get off in time, they will blow the whistle.
And that's a good rule.
We look at Bronco on the bench, readjusting the bucket right now.
Trying to get it to fit the way he likes it to fit. Komoka Dragons dump it into the zone. 20 seconds left on their penalty as the Kingsville Kings skate it out. Quick dump pass over to Niederbach. Knocked down there by Devin Dara, the recent goal scorer for the Kingsville Kings. As the Dragons bring it out, offside is waved off. Niederbach on the far boards. Oh, Niederbach with a quick check around to Hartwick. And you had to know that was coming. You never like to see that, but Hartwick got the elbow into Niederbach, and Niederbach came around and chopped him down like a tree.
Mark, I might have said a few minutes ago in this hockey game that number 9 Hartwick might be the recipient of some more this type of play. You know, he's played a rough game himself. And often in the game of sports, especially hockey, with a contact sport, what goes around comes around. It's unfortunate, but now we see Hartwick down and Niederbach leaving the game.
Yep, Niederbach was making comments to the referee. My stick, he ran into my stick. It wasn't me, and the referee had enough of it and said, Ludwig, you're done tonight.
But quite frankly, Mark, I think Komoka has achieved what they wanted to, and quite frankly, all the teams in the South Division of the Greater Metro Hockey League, they don't want to play against Ludwig Niederbach.
Well, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, Mark, if they can do whatever they can to get him out of the game, they're going to take those steps.
Well, you can see the great camera angle of the cameraman here at WeTV zoomed in on Colin Hartwick. He is in some considerable pain as the stick came around and caught him. Looks like right on the bridge of the nose, because he's really holding the palm of his hand high on his nose, and he felt the wood as he skates off to get some attention, being consoled there by the trainer and by C.C. Emery, the brother of C.J. Emery.
The referees, Mark, are discussing this right outside the penalty box doors across the ice from us. Again, we don't like to see any player hurt. However, again, you talk and use words like retribution, I'll get you, you get me, and so on and so forth. But what we need to see here in the next 16 minutes of play, Mark, is someone establish themselves as the one who wants to win this hockey game. Kingville leading by 1 goal. That's not, one goal, you can lose that in one shot, as we saw when Arnold tied the game for Komoka at the end of the second period, and shot from the point that beat Peshek. So there's still a lot of time to win or lose this game, and I'm not really sure where it's going to fall at this point.
Well, we just saw Colin Hartwick make his way to the Komoka dressing room in considerable pain as the referees have sorted this out. As Ryan Watson comes back across explaining it to his coach, and we got a 5-minute penalty on the board. Obviously a major penalty, high sticking, and Ludwig Niederbach is gone for the rest of the game.
I'm not sure what those fans thought, Mark, but I really thought that referee Jones and referee Fedek have called a good game here tonight. But they've really done an exceptional game considering what they have to work with.
They're earning their money tonight, and I agree with you. They're doing a good job. Face off in the Kingville zone, and we've got a little bit of a shape up here, making sure everybody's in the right position. Kingville wins the face-off. Devin Dare now with the puck, and he dumps it all the way down into the Komoka zone. 16 minutes to play here in the third period of Kingville Kings hockey on WeTV. The Kingville Kings are up by a score of 3-2, but they're down a man for the next 5 minutes. McDonough chops it off the boards, gets it out to center ice as the Komoka Dragons are forced to reset. Ross now dumps it in deep. Jan Peshek kind of trips over his own crease, and the net conspicuously gets knocked off of its moorings.
The Komoka Dragons, Mark, they need to establish some room on this power play. They need to find the open man, find a shooting lane, and get pucks at the net and traffic to the net. It sounds very simple, but that's what you need to do to score in this league. And from Kingville's point of view, they need to get the puck 200 feet each and every time, just like that.
Well, exit Matt Matty, enter Blake Nada as the Kingville Kings continue the pressure they have on the Komoka Dragons. Playing a man short. Enger now with the puck. Dumps it in. Bounce off the end boards. It comes out front. In the corner, Enger chasing the puck. Quick shot off of Jan Peshek and up into the netting, and we're going to have a face-off to the right of Jan Peshek.
When you see the likes of Blake Nada on the ice and Johnny Guerrero and Matt Matty are a player to watch, they're not only concerned about killing a penalty, Mark, they think they can score a goal. We saw one last penalty opportunity to give us a 3-2 lead. The Kingville Kings a 3-2 lead. So
that one's off the crossbar. Jan Peshek was a little slow on that move, but the pipes are the goalie's best friend, part of the equipment. Ross is looking for the pass. He gets it. Quick shot right into the breadbasket of Jan Peshek, and he holds that for a face-off.
They appear to be wanting to get the puck to big Matthew Ross on the point. He's got a clear shooting. lane right to Jan Pesek, but Kingsville's doing a good job of actually letting Pesek see the puck. You know, they're not crowding the front of the net, creating a screen on their own goalie.
Quick tip, up and went wide. Ross has the puck, he swipes at it, didn't get it, but it stays in. There's Galuli now. Galuli with a shot off a stick, goes into the corner. Ryan Watson in the corner digging with it. And there's number 14, Arnold. Pass to Galuli, misses his stick, into the corner it goes. Arnold now, quick shot towards the net. Jan Pesek comes out and makes the save well into the white ice.
You look at Burdoff's bar with one of the Komoka Dragons, I just have to say, excellent goaltending series there from Jan Pesek. He was fighting off a Komoka Dragon who was intent on screening him. At the same time, made one save, then a quick save on the rebound to the side of the net. Good job by Jan Pesek there. A good example for any young goaltender watching how to play net on a penalty kill situation.
I think Burdoff was looking for a penalty call there because Ryan Watson had 2 sticks in his hand, and Burdoff was saying, hey, where's mine? No call to be had. Arnold now with the puck behind Craig Wood. Just a little under 3 minutes on the Kingville penalty as McDonough flips it up and down the ice with a good strong backhand. Little hip check there. Craig Wood throwing it on Johnny Guerrero. As the Dragons pass it around in the Kingville zone. Kingville doing a good job of keeping the Komoka Dragons on the outside, not letting them get in. Hartwick now with a quick shot, and Blake Nada stacking his pads to keep the puck out of the zone. You don't often see that from a forward, but he was top of the crease, laid down, stacked the pads, and kept the puck away. As the puck goes all the way down the ice. And there's C.J. Nicholson racing for it. Levesque gets to it first, and Zokanix dumps it in. Watson now. Zokanix takes a swipe at it, but Enger comes into the zone with the puck. Antone now back in his own zone. Tried to pass it out, but it goes off a Zokanix stick and deep into the Komoka zone. Komoka, a little drop pass. Looking to get it out. Nicholson thwarts that and turns around and shoots it back in on Craig Wood. Komoka's having a little bit of difficulty getting themselves set up. Matt Matty with a little punch knocks Enger down and chases after the puck. Antone skates into the zone. Quick shot hits a body in front, and the Kingville Kings get it and swipe it down the net. Arnold now being chased by Matt Matty. Antone circles. Devin Dara. Antone once again. Hartwick. Ross has shoved off the puck, but he still has it. Offside call. We're going to have a face-off. 52 seconds left on the Kingville shorthanded Ludwig Niederbach penalty. Nobody in the box at the moment.
Yeah, and Josh Beaulieu has got to pull something out of his hat. He's got under a minute left to make something happen. He's got to tie the score up, Mark, while he has the people available on the ice.
Yeah, both teams are running out of people quicker than they'd like. Oh, big check. Blake Nada. Levesque just let the puck go through, and Nada leveled him. Good, clean check, arms in, caught him square on the shoulders, and Levesque went down. Here's Watson now across the blue line. Quick shot. Blake Nada once again.
Mark, I'm not sure what Blake Nada ate over the Christmas holidays, but whatever it is, he's been a standout.
It's powerful. Oh, and there's Johnny Guerrero on C.J. Emery. Tried to knock him into the Kingville bench. We've got a stick at center ice. I'm not sure who the owner of that stick is. That's Gardeman. Comes out. The Kingville pace has been pretty strong, even though they're playing.
Mark, this is what I said. I truly believe that Kingville Kings don't mind playing on the penalty kill. Because why? It gives them more room on the ice.
Now we're playing 5-on-5. As Kyle Borner was backstepping and stepped on that stick. There's Mapes now, shoveling it out to the point. It squirts out. Burdov, little soccer play. Folksa, sidestep a check from Gardeman. Knocks it deep into the zone. Ross fires it out, and Mapes helps it get into the Kingsville zone. Hojalov can't control that. Offside's a call.
Right, Mark, you know, if I'm the Komoka Dragons at this point in the game, I'm going to start to do things like stretch the ice a bit, perhaps blow the zone. As soon as my defensemen secure the puck in my end of the rink, I'm sending one of my forwards down the far side of the ice. Komoka's got to do something to generate more offense, more chances on the Kingsville net.
Number 388888. Please claim your prize.
Bailey Strupat now is on the ice for the Komoka Dragons. Hasn't seen much ice time as the Kingsville Kings get charged with another icing call.
We look at a nice shot of Craig Wood there. Now if I'm the Kingsville Kings, Mark, at the same time, I'm not going to take any silly chances. I'm going to pick my opportunities wisely. I'm going to play solid fundamental hockey and really try to, you know, everything's going to focus down the pipe right at Craig Wood.
What was that F word you just used? Fundamental?
Fundamental hockey.
We haven't seen much of that tonight. Ross with a quick shot out to Hartwick. Leaves it on the red line. Ryan Watson pumping hard in the corner. The puck squirts out to the far boards. Arnold is there to retrieve the puck. He dumps it deep. Watson back in, throws a check. And the opportunity to rattle the other team. It seems both teams have that on their mind. Watson for Komoka gets a quick shot on it, and Jan Pesek is going to dial it down.
Mark, the Kingsville Kings don't need any more goals to win this hockey game. But what they need to win this hockey game is something called no mistakes. It's a mistake on Kingsville's part that's going to hand Komoka their next goal and potentially put Kingsville in a lost position tonight.
Well, Gary Estalos has been moving his lines really, really quickly. A little bit of a miscue here. The back ref was waving off the icing, and the whistle went that it was icing, and nonetheless, we're going to have a face-off at center ice. Sometimes those things happen. McKelvey for Komoka wins that face-off. C.J. Emery over to the far boards as Galuli skates in rather slowly, but this time we're calling icing.
And what we just saw there is a Komoka player two or three feet, 2 or 3 steps from the red line, and he shoots the puck in for icing. This is what I mean about fundamental hockey. Mark is going to win this game. You have to do all the little things right and do them well, and there's no time for chintzy little mistakes like that.
Well, Matty, Dara, and Simmons are in on the line for Gary Estalos. And Burdov now on the point, dumps it in. Simmons makes sure it gets deep. He goes in after it as C.J. Emery is just kind of laying there. He comes up with the puck, fortunately. Now Dan Leach dumps it in. Levesque with the catch over to C.J. Emery. He flips it over with a stretch pass. Patrick McKelvey now. Back to Levesque. Make that penalty coming to Kingsville Kings as a chops a man down in front of Jan Pesek. Looks like it'll be Danil Burdov skate to the bench. The penalty bench, that is. Being called 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Mark, you don't necessarily have to do that defending your own zone. You can certainly stand next to a guy or block his stick, take him out of the play without cross-checking him down. Burdov placing his team at disadvantage with 8 minutes left.
Komoka Dragons control. Quick shot on Jan Pesek. Squirts through a crowd, McKelvey. And the Kingsville Kings dump it down the zone. Johnny Guerrero in tight. Throwing a little check on Craig Wood, and Craig Wood is just kind of standing there, not letting him go through, not doing anything, but Johnny Guerrero gets the push out there. Levesque over to Zimmerman.
Mark, Jan Pesek there, he's kicked that post off all game long. I think him and Craig Wood are having a contest who's done it the most, but regardless, We know the referee spoke to them both earlier in the game. No one has got a penalty yet for doing that.
I was just going to say, we're getting later in the third, and don't be surprised if that comes out of the referee's basket of tricks. It'd be a shame for something like that to happen and cause a game to be lost because of that. But, as you say, it's been happening all game. Levesque unable to hold the line. Forced deep into his zone. Passes over to the off wing. Hartwick now picks it up. Hartwick's got some speed. Quick shot on Jan Pesek. And he saves that for the faceoff.
Really, Kingsville just got to maintain a solid box on this penalty kill. They got to take away shooting lanes. It's important for them every time the Komoka Dragon has the puck and that player looks towards the net, they see a Kingsville Kings body in front of them.
Black and silver, spread it out. Quick shot, Ross keeps it in. As Zokanix chops his man down. And the puck still stays in. Ross with the big stick on the blue line is able to work the magic. Once again over to Levesque. Levesque with a soft pass over to Antone. But the Kingsville Kings are able to dump the zone all the way down. And Craig Wood settles the puck down. Nicholson and Zokanix. Over to Hartwick. Hartwick takes a big check from Nicholson. And another big check as the Kingsville Kings just push around the Komoka Dragons. Ross is lumbering back into his own zone. And here we go. Hartwick, as he skates to the bench, is getting another penalty called towards him.
Yeah, Mark, whatever Hartwick did caught the attention of referee Fedek, and Dave had no trouble quickly issuing him a ticket to the box.
He skated in front of the Kingsville bench and may have said something or pushed a player, something behind the play. The puck was all the way down in his zone, and now he's sitting in the box for his transgressions.
What did I say 5 minutes ago, Mark, about the ability of one team or another to stick to fundamental hockey?
Well, I don't think either team is listening to you at the moment. They're going to have to log into WeTV and catch a replay of the game and understand what we're talking about, I guess. Hojlov now. Arnold with the puck. Up to McKelvey. McKelvey, quick pass out to Watson. Puck is bouncing there in the slot. Kotek is having a hard time keeping control of it. He gets stripped of the puck. McKelvey now. Cycling back around, McKelvey behind the net. Sidestep, a Nicholson check, and it gets all the way around. C.J. Emery on the far side is unable to keep it in. Hojlov chases the puck, and Arnold passes it up to Watson at the red line. Gardeman tries to throw the big telegraphed hip check, and it was read perfectly by Galuli. Octavic now skates in on the near boards. Hits the brakes when he gets to the end boards. Hojlov. Kingsville Kings on the power play. Hojlov looking for somewhere to pass it. Kotek. Little wrister. Goes all the way to the end boards. Back out. Kotek is unable to keep it in. He's got to get on his horse as Mapes is chasing him down.
Yes, Mark, Komoka's even has to be aggressive even on their penalty kills at this point in the game. They have to make something happen.
Just over 5 minutes to go. The Kingsville Kings are enjoying a 3-2 lead. And Mapes is in there now. Correction, that's Enger. And it gets dumped out. Quick shot in. Jan Pesek with the paddle, wide of the net, but just to help to control the puck so Kotek can get it and gain control. Here's Zokanix now, breaking up the left side. Zokanix gets tripped, but no, not a penalty trip, but just enough to keep him off his game. Dan Leach dumps it in. Komoka with a breakaway. Jan Pesek's helmet comes off. And a little bit more pushing and shoving by Hartwick. And C.J. Nicholson is in there.
Mark, obviously the Kingsville Tinks took exception to the way their goalie was charged, rammed, however you want to describe it. Again, number 9 from Komoka, Hartwick, seems to be the catalyst or the wick.
We've said his name a lot when it comes to skirmishes tonight, and He's skating around there currently without a helmet on. We got a shot of Jan Pesek just sitting there calm and cool, relaxing. He lost his bucket, but it's back on now. And we're going to see what the breakdown of that skirmish is going to be from the referee's point of view.
Yeah, let's see how calm and cool the referees are at this point. And Mark, doesn't look like anybody's going to the box.
It doesn't look like it. Well, as we said, it'd be a shame to have, a unfortunate situation be the reason this game is won or lost. And a lot of pushing and shoving. A helmet off for both teams, and we're still 5-on-5, 3-2 for the Kingville Kings as Marcel Kotek winds, looking for the quick pass up to Johnny Guerrero. CJ Emery now with the puck, being chased by Guerrero. Mapes with a soft pass out, but the Kingville Kings dump it in across the blue line. Simmons is able to keep it in. Johnny Guerrero goes after it. CJ Emery takes a check from Guerrero. There's Nicholson. Back to Emery. Simmons now dumps it in. Emery on his own blue line. Keith Arnold. Emery. Looks like we got offsetting minors here. Johnny Guerrero has decided to take somebody with him, and it's Tyson Levesque, who have been enjoying the pushing and shoving part of the game.
You know, if you're Josh Ballou at this point, Mark, you might be wondering, start to think about pulling your goalie, calling a timeout. Really, he needs to get his troops some information that's going to lead to a goal at this point. It's all about scoring the next goal for the Komoka Dragons.
Well, we got 3:49 to go here in the third period. 4-on-4 hockey at Kingville Arena. It's been an eventful game. There's lots of things to see, lots of things to do here in Kingville, and maybe hockey is going to be one of them for the next 3 minutes and 46 seconds.
Yeah, both teams have an advantage, Mark, with a little bit more space on the ice.
Devin Dara playing D, passes it out front, goes one way, goes the other way, and Wood got caught going the wrong way. And Paul Jones was a recipient of a check down there. I'm sure it wasn't intentional, but he was lying on the ice in the bad corner. There's Ross now, up to Antone. Antone with a pass off the boards. Matty retrieves that. Bird-off.
Johnny Guerrero, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Komoka penalty, number 5, Josh McKenzie, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, there we just have the penalty calls, unsportsmanlike conduct for both players. Nice toe drag by Devin Dara, up and over, goal! Beauty play.
Mark, that is Devin Dara's second non-5-on-5 goal tonight. Recall earlier in the game he scored a shorthanded goal to give Kingville a 3-2 lead. Now he has been able to give them a 4-2 lead to solidify this game in 4-on-4 hockey.
And the Kingville bench are honoring Devin Dara, but their "we're not worthy" chant as he skates back in. And Zolkanix is getting a penalty through all of this. He's said something or done something, but he's over wondering what's going on. But Devin Dara with a sweet move as he goes around the Komoka player. And he makes the beautiful toe drag up, and Craig Wood gets a little piece of that puck, and it goes up and in off the crossbar. What a play that was. And they've got him playing defense tonight.
Now, Devin Dara was an exceptional move to get around the Komoka defender. And quite honestly, a butterfly-style goalie like Craig Wood hits his knees at the flick of the wrist, and Devin Dara was able to find the top shelf, top cheese, however we want to call it, and tremendous goal at tremendous time for the Kingville Kings. Good job, Devin Dara.
Well, we have to make a correction here. I called Zach Zolkanix. He skated over towards the open penalty box door on the Kingville side, but Kyle Borner has now entered the penalty box, and it's 4-on-3 hockey for a little bit. Puck goes up, and Zach Zolkanix scrapes it out of the zone over to Kotek. Kotek's looking for an open wing, dumps it all the way down. Komoka with 4 players on the ice, the Kingville Kings with 3, and here comes Craig Wood. The goaltender is out of the net. We got 4-on-4 hockey with an empty net down in the Komoka zone, and they're passing the puck around in the Kingville zone. Ross into his skates, passes it back over. That's Arnold. Ross winds, shoots off a leg up into the netting, and we'll have a face-off.
Mark, we saw 5-on-3 hockey. Komoka pulling their goaltender to give them the 5th skater. At this point, Kingville really needs to keep a tight triangle there to keep themselves in shooting lanes and to just be fronting the player who has the puck in their own zone. Keep a small, tight triangle in front of Jan Pashek, and they'll get through this. 2:15 left.
Well, we got offsetting minors on the board, and looks like we got a timeout called Kingville.
Yeah, it looks like Gary Astalos just wants to give his people a rest out there, and why wouldn't you? You know, they've had a tremendous game, but it's very important at this point that the Kingville Kings keep their discipline, keep their focus, and do the right things on the penalty kill. And what are those? Again, keep a solid triangle around Jan Pashek and get in shooting lanes. No Komoka Dragon who has the puck is able to see the net, Mark. It's really that simple.
Well, as we watch the Komoka bench decide what they're going to do for the next 2 minutes and 15 seconds, drawing up the play, and this is where we want to do most importantly is what do we do without the puck? Where do we find open ice? What is our commitment level here to make sure that we get the next goal?
Yeah, Josh Beaulieu having the whiteboard out, he's really just telling his players that, look, you have a 2-man advantage. You don't have to panic. Show some patience. Save some time. There's always going to be 2 Komoka Dragons available. Feed those guys the puck.
Well, McKelvey sets in. He's wiggling. He's wobbling. He's getting set. He's pumped for this. He wins the faceoff. Back to Ross. Quick shot on Jan Peshek. He steers it to the corner. Watson now losing the puck a little bit in his feet. Back over to Arnold. Arnold with a quick shot. The net is off. The puck goes in. And what will be the call here? They're set for a face-off. No goal. Jan Peshek was able to get out of that one.
Mark, it's not a bad move because you can't go down with less than 3 players anyway.
This is true. You can do all you want. Quick shot by Ross right in the breadbasket of Jan Peshek. And a diving shot by Zokanix as he makes the 100-yard dash to the bench. Lead pass up to McKelvey. Blake Nada turns and fires. And they are still shorthanded. The offsetting minors have come out. It's 6-on-4 right now for the Komoka Dragons with the extra man on the ice for Craig Wood. Passing over, we got icing called against the Komoka Dragons. Well, Craig Wood will make his way back into the netting, but what an ill-advised situation here.
That can't happen this late in the game with 6-on-4. You can't be icing the puck. Now you're forcing your goaltender Wood to go back in the net. You're taking that 6th skater off. That really was. I don't even know what to describe. That just can't happen on a power play this late in the game.
Absolutely never. Devin Dara now fighting off his man, the hero of the game so far. There's Craig Wood back, and Jan Peshek tries to go to get the goal.
Referee's whistle, perhaps they're a little quick. I think Jan would have preferred to drop the puck and fire it out of the zone rather than have a face-off in his own zone. But at the same time, it gives the Kingville defenders a rest.
To use a term of Dominic Papa there, full marks to Jan Peshek there for making the attempt. And here's Matt Matty icing the game. 1:10 to go, 1:16 to go. And now we got a little bit of a tussle at center ice. Brendan Sorrells throwing the haymakers.
Yeah, again, Mark, after the play, Hartwick took his stick and gave Sorrells a nice chop across the ankles, and Sorrells doing what, quite frankly, any hockey player should do in this game, taking matters into his own hands. Real classless move from Hartwick from Komoka.
Well, Sorrells let them know who's winning this game as he grabs the jersey and shakes the Kings. And Hartwick is having a difficult time getting his equipment out of his ear and his side, and he goes to the bench as he's going to finish the rest of the game in the dressing room, as will Brendan Sorrells. But
Mark, the important part that we just saw, and let's not take anything away from Matt Matty, he was our player of the game, and securing an empty net goal to give Kingsville what looks like it's going to be a 5-2 win here. Congratulations, Matt Matty. Well, looks like Mike McGinnis, our linesman, has his hands full literally down there in front of us.
Well, he just got chopped as McKelvey reaches around and took a chop on Dan Leach. Dan Leach is going, McKelvey is going, but Dan Leach came over to have a little talk with McKelvey, and McKelvey reaches around McGinnis and chops Dan Leach, and McGinnis had to feel that. But don't send him to the box. It's a completely irrelevant situation. Now we got an assistant coach for the Komoka Dragons.
That's Josh Billy, the head coach, standing up there over the glass, right in front of us.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, you're right. Well, Paul Jones is a little frustrated, as you can see. He's coming up. He's getting ready to call this game. It's 5-2, just over a minute to play, and they need to decide what they're going to do. Kotek and McKenzie are having words as Marvin Simmons is pulling him out of there. And there's Devin Dara coming around, trying to settle his team down. Come on, guys. We got offsetting minors on the clock at the moment. 2 players in the Kingville penalty box, 1 player in the Komoka penalty box. And the coaches are trying to get things straightened around. Marcel Kotek is over there stirring up the pot. And he's being held off by Marvin Simmons. Now McDonough is skating over there and getting Kotek off the ice. Come on, man. And Blake Nada is back on. Set to go, face off at center ice. Just over a minute to go, and the Kingville Kings win the face-off. 4-on-3 hockey for the next minute 6. Bouncing shot on Craig Wood that he didn't know where it was. That could have been ugly. And here we go, Blake Nada. And Blake Nada is the recipient of a few punches, and now McInnes gets a couple as Dave Fedek comes in to help out. And Nada was just taking them. Hasn't thrown anyway. Well, now Nada's got a hold of his helmet. And that's McKenzie.
Mark, I love to see a player wearing a screen and a full face screen get tough out there. You know, it's sad to see, quite honestly.
Over just under a minute. Minute 44 on the 2 penalties. McKenzie and Nada are done for the night. They get the hot water in the dressing room. And the penalty box gets fuller and fuller. Is that correct? More full. I guess more full would be.
Mark, even the coaches jawing at one another. You know, Josh Beaulieu, 4-year London Knight. He was an NHL draft pick. Sorry, he was. You know, him and Coach Estalos are now going on it. The whole game is degraded into something that reminds me of almost like Slapshot. But the good news is the Kingville Kings are going to come away tonight with a win. Their fans getting quite an entertainment situation here tonight. Well, they've seen it all.
For all the viewers on WeTV, we hope you're enjoying this boxing match, fighting match, sometimes hockey game here on WeTV. We're really happy to bring it to you. And there's some exits from the penalty box. Kyle Borner makes his way over to the bench, and I believe no penalties on the clock, but 2 extra gentlemen in the dressing rooms as Ross fights off Marvin Simmons. He skates out of the zone. We'll likely see a few more face washes before this game is done.
No doubt, Mark.
McDonough makes the chop. He's looking for the puck, but he's about a mile and a half ahead of it. It went straight up, and he kept going laterally. And into the zone he went, and the puck stayed out. Dave Fedek letting the teams know that no line changes here. It's 3-on-3. NHL overtime. Or a pre-All-Star game.
Mark, the Komoka Dragons haven't won yet since the Christmas break, since the return in January, and Kingville has handed them their third loss of the new year.
Well, they definitely have the talent, but for some reason they can't seem to put the talent together in the right recipe, I guess. A little pushing and shoving there with Marvin Simmons and Zimmerman. He backs away, says, thank you very much. We won the game and no more for you. Well, that was not a good move there by Marvin Simmons. We see Mike McInnes there directing the penalty box to empty and do not interact with the other player. And referees are standing on the lines making sure that no other
Mark, the good news is the Kingville Kings come away tonight with their 32nd win of the year. 5-2 over the Komoka Dragons. And I'd just like at this point, Mark, to congratulate our 3 stars of the game, the WeTV stars of the game.
Well, who do you have for us tonight, Steve?
Well, the third star of the game, I'd like to congratulate Zach Zolkanix from Kenai River, Alaska, as we see the Kingville Kings typically saluting their fans.
A little more animated than normal.
The second star of the night is a player we like right from the get-go, Blake Nada from Brooklyn, Ohio. Great game tonight. Shorthanded goal to give Kingville a 3-2 lead. And with our first star of the game, an exceptional game tonight. I don't think anyone can deny it. Devin Dara with 2 goals on the night, Mark.
Awesome game for Devin Dara. To see him back on the point and be able to put together what he has put together tonight to help the Kingville Kings win this game with a score of 5-2 over the Komoka Dragons. There you see the records. Kingville Kings 32-2. The Komoka Dragons are 15-15-2. Exactly 500 hockey for the Komoka Dragons, and the Kingville Kings walking away with it. Don't forget, our next broadcast here on WeTV is Friday, January the 29th, as the Kingville Kings head into Norfolk to take on the Admirals, and we're going to have that game for you live exclusively on WeTV. Game time is 8 o'clock, Friday, January 29th. The Kingville Kings are on the road for a couple of games, and they're going to be away for 2. On the road Sunday, January 17th against the Halton Ravens, and then Friday, January 22nd against the Niagara Whalers. For all of us here at WeTV and all of you listeners, all of you viewers, and everyone else that enjoys the Kingville games, Mark Knight for Steve Pronger and all the staff here at WeTV, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody. I'm Mark Knight.
I'm Steve Pronger. Catch all the Kingville Kings hockey action live from the Kingville Arena on WeTV.
That's right, Steve. Fridays and Sundays are fit for a king. The Kingville Kings, exclusively on WeTV.
For Kingville Kings hockey, we got you covered.